What's happening, everybody, and welcome back to the True Gamer Podcast, a podcast hosted by two gamers for you.
Why'd you do that?
Early pause, that's what we're going to put in the show. The True Gamers.
I hate you so much. I was like, no.
I'm one of your
I'm
hosts,
wagging my
Eddie,
finger and there's nothing to wag to.
along with my bro, the inverted gamer himself, Sheps. How you doing, bro?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. How are you?
You was doing all right until I did that.
You've frickin' ruined my day.
I was going to say, I feel fucking amazing today. I feel like I'm in the flow, and I feel like we're going to get a good show going down here.
Yeah.
But things are going well. How's life treating you?
Yeah, all right.
Give us a sleep update. That's what the people are asking for.
I actually slept last night I was up at 4, but...
Oh, you... Hold on, wait. When did you go to sleep? When did you wake up?
I probably went to sleep between like midnight, 1-ish.
Right.
And 4. No, it was about 12:30 because me and my chick were up watching Suits. After I was speaking with Tyler, I realised she didn't know Suits.
Okay,
So it's only 9 seasons. Let's get that banged out.
Yeah, it's just, if you take off the intro and the outro and skip the recap.
Thank you. We are also watching One Piece from the beginning. For the record, if you don't know, One Piece is like 1,000 plus, like 1,017 episodes long anime show, the best ever.
Minor, yeah.
I've seen it all in the dub at least probably twice. Almost all of it, or at least the highlights, the big chunks I've seen twice.
Oh, so you're dub over sub, are you?
That's the sub. I've seen the sub. The dub doesn't go all the way to the end.
Oh,
so I've seen the whole thing at minimum once in Japanese, and like 1.75 times, and then I'm watching the dub with my chick. And if you take off the outro, you take off the intro, you skip the recap.
All I heard is that you said you're watching the dub. That's all I heard right there. Something you flamed me for when I was watching it. I was like,
do you know what? The ones that we watched, all of the subs are better.
Okay.
But there are, like MHA that we did watch, does have a very good sub. So some of the subs are getting very good.
I said that's done. By the way, I forgot to tell you this on the... remember I said, remind me, we're going to talk about this on the Conbrosations podcast.
And I totally forgot
about it, and I'm going to tell you right now. I'm sorry, and this is probably going to set the tone for the whole
You're
whole
forgiven.
thing.
Anime Club Season 2. Just give us the date. Just give us the time.
So, the last season of MHA that we watched for Anime Club, you know Diogo saying that watch it on 1.2 speed?
Yeah.
I watched it on 2 times speed. And went through the whole season.
That's fast.
I did it. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure it took a lot away from it.
Yeah.
At that point, I was defeated. I was like, I can't do any more of this.
When we watched it for Anime Club,
yes, that's right. Cool. It was at the end, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. I need to get through this.
Season 4's so good, though.
I got through it, and I was like, thank God that's over. I'm never gonna tell anyone that I watched it at 2 times speed, but I did do it.
I think you definitely missed something at 2 times speed. I will say there are things that, like, if you ever had to do like an information course or something, the very first thing is you stick that up to at least 1.5 times speed. Like, awful, but I mean, at least you watched it. Innit?
At least it was there in front of me, and my eyeballs registered what was being said there. And I did talk about it as well, half intelligently, I would say. So
yeah, you definitely missed some things like that first half. There's a lot of stuff with like Mirio, who's so good, but
yeah, it's all trash. It's anime. Who cares?
Animated.
Who cares about anime? Mate?
Nothing canon is ever animated. We know this.
Something else nobody cares about are Super Bros who support us over at Patreon.com. That was a good one that time.
That was really good.
Who support us.
Do you know what's funny is when you do it, I'm like, we really need to not do this. When I do it, I'm like, this is funny. But it feels so much worse when you're not the person.
I feel the same way when you do. I'm like, no, he didn't do that. Our bros who support us over at patreon.com/conbrosations at the Super Bro tier are legends right here. These great people are Diogo Dildo, Isak the Ultimate Cumsock, Sabine from Smallville, the Star Wars Encyclopedia, Adam Sunling. Has been great when it comes to Kenobi.
Yes.
In the live chat, he's just like, bang, bang, bang. It's like, bro, it's a Rancor. How did we not know Rancor, by the way?
The thing is, we know that as well. The problem is, you're on camera, you're trying to say the thing, the second you're like, yeah, it's just like that, and your brain goes, oh, you needed this? No.
It's like when your girlfriend says, get it up now. It's like, I can't do it when you say it like
Why are you pressuring me?
Stop the pressure. Catsbud, the friendly patron. Jeremy Renner, that's right, an official Avenger. Super Sus Ben Fryer, the Filthy Thief Fanatic Joe McCormack, Clark, the 53rd. My Juicy Left Nut, the super sexy producer Sean, the fakest Bat fan, the catfish, Batfish, that's it, Batfish himself. Mikey T, the gamer giant, and Kevin, the #1 simp.
You did an early pause, and you've messed me right up.
Is it all throwing you out of whack?
Because you're like, we'll do the pause early.
Are we
And I'm
doing
like,
more
so we're not
pauses?
doing the pause now? And now you're mid-pause, fully like mouthing to me, oh, I'm not going to make any noise. You're going to be the one that breaks the silence. Which, by the way,
I'm just going to throw pauses in just to throw you off from that. Do you know what? There's
it's just like what Jim Ryan said.
that time.
Right.
Of Xbox. Thank you guys so much for keeping the lights and mics on and the gaming going here.
That's
at the
right.
True Gaming Podcast, guys. All right. What have you been playing, my brosif?
Well, so I haven't played a lot recently, other than like Apex Legends, just to jump on here and there, play a few games.
All right. Keeping your gamer reflexes going. That's what it is. Dusting them off.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, man. Like, I'm in a weird spot where I really had high hopes for Elden Ring, and just like anime fans, it was trash. Like, no, it didn't do it for me.
Everything, like their opinions and everything. Yeah.
Right, it didn't do it for me, and everybody's telling me like, oh, I didn't like so and so for the first few hours. I'm like, yeah, but I put 15 hours into it, and I just couldn't access the story, which I don't care about the like brutal gameplay. I just couldn't access the story. Maybe I was doing something wrong. Totally possible. Totally different style of game to what I'm used to, but didn't dig in. People saying, oh, play Sekiro and play Bloodborne and Demon Souls. I'm like, I like good games.
I like good games, okay?
Yeah. So
Get
I'll
out of my face
probably
with
just
that.
play Ghost of Tsushima again.
We had a question sent in from... Here we go. Here's a community question, and it sort of ties in with what I'm going to say.
All right.
And guys, you can answer this by leaving a comment down below in the comment section right here. This one is from Gamz Master 99, our gamer lad over on Discord.
Gamma.
He says, what is your gaming hot take? And I would say that's quite a hot take in comparison to what people are saying on the internet.
My Horizon one's probably the one, isn't it?
That's the hottest take.
Yeah.
That's the hottest take, I would say. But that one is... But do you know what my hot take
Gamz
is?
Master's new. So Horizon Zero Dawn's shit.
That's his hot take.
Unironically, and Aloy is the anchor that weighs it down.
I actually think he agrees with you, you know.
Well, that's good.
I was reading through some comments and I think he does, but we'll get to that afterwards.
I will say, it's, for the record, everybody's saying, oh, you ships just hate swimming. That's where this meme comes from,
Yeah,
right?
that's right.
The reality is, I thought Aloy was stacked for me to love her, and I set the bar so incredibly low for Horizon Forbidden West, and I had to like really work to get her over that bar. But I was like, I set the bar that low, she met it or exceeded it, she's fixed. But it wasn't as much as I wanted, but they at least worked on it. So that's probably my big hot take. Also, Elden Ring's obviously shit, but we all knew that. Everybody's just pretending.
This is the thing. I haven't played Elden Ring yet, and I'm not ready to say it is shit because I haven't done that.
And you've liked all the other FromSoft stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
FromSoft, Demon Souls, stuff like that. Souls games are my jam. I have a feeling that this isn't going to live up to the hype that everyone's telling me.
Yeah.
I don't know that. I can't confirm that. I'm not saying it won't. I'm just saying that everyone is talking about it like it's literally sliced bread all over again.
Yeah.
Like before we were just getting 2 whole loaves of bread and we were sticking them between one thin slice of it.
And you've got like piece of ham.
So, would you like a sandwich? No, I don't feel like eating 2 whole loaves of bread today.
Right.
So, and then they went, whoa, hold on, sliced.
Let's just take a section out of it.
What? People are talking about it like it's that.
I imagine somebody at the dinner table watching like their missus cut like a salami, and they're like,
hold on a second.
No. But wait. No. But maybe.
It's that gif, isn't it? It's like,
Yeah. No. Yeah. Well.
I love that. So people are talking about it like that, and I'm really worried. I'm going to start the stream soon. It's going to be in between the state of play that's happening today.
Are you going to start
Xbox showcase? It's going to be between those ones. So I'll do a stream on those days and start that, and I'll do it on stream. But I have a feeling it's not going to live up to the hype, just because people have overhyped it. I think it'll be good. But god damn it, I think that's going to be my hot take. And we're going to be known as the fucking Sony ponies that are like, the reason why they don't like it is because Horizon came out that year.
I think you're wrong, actually. I think you'll like it.
Yeah?
I get that feeling from you. Because obviously,
Hope so.
I honestly think it's me not accessing the game properly. I don't know what I'm doing. And maybe it's because it's their first open world thing and I just play it wrong because you know how I'm like.
Yeah.
But I got the impression that the story was incredible. And that my real big beef with the game isn't that it's hard. It's actually not that hard. Like, it's punished. Like, it's not easy.
Yeah.
But I've beat games on hard or legendary before. Like, I just don't enjoy it. That's not my preferred difficulty, but I can do it. I just couldn't figure out how to get the story working, right?
Yeah, I feel you.
And I think because you know Souls games or FromSoft games, once you get that going, and because it is your jam, you would see that it's worth investing the time in getting it going. And you also know, like it took me forever to figure out that I was fat rolling.
Yeah.
Right? I just didn't know.
It's not even a thing they tell you. That's the problem.
Right.
I had to figure out after I was deep into Bloodborne. People are saying this thing called fat rolling. I was like, what is that? Look it up, and I was like, oh, it's this. I've been doing that as well. Okay.
Yeah. So, like, I think because you're going into it, knowing all that stuff, knowing roughly what you want, how you want to play your character and stuff, I think if you can get into the story, you will say that actually it wasn't. Maybe it was a bit overhyped. Nice in the middle of my bit there.
Christ. Spat everywhere.
It jizzed all over you, and you deserved it.
Oh.
You filthy girl. But I honestly, I think you might come away and say it's not what it was hyped up to be. It's not like that level. Like, you know how we all thought, if Cyberpunk comes out, it's never going to... We've just hyped up way too high, but it could come in here. It could be incredible. It could be The Witcher. It could be one of the most amazing games. I think you'll probably say that. Like, it is incredible, but people hyped up way too much.
Funny you should mention Cyberpunk, because that's actually Gamz Master's hot take. He says, mine is Cyberpunk 2077 is criminally underrated, he says.
Okay.
People seem to only look at the bugs in the game, which is, I guess, is fair. I was fortunate enough to get on PC. Yes, I'm a PC... You're a PC peasant?
PC peasant.
I'm going to refund his Patreon.
Yeah, get rid of this freaking guy.
And he says, so I'd like...
Get that back onto his finance Excel sheet.
Exactly. Go watch the True Game podcast through Microsoft Excel. 4 eyes. 4 eyes. Nerd. So I didn't get many bugs, at least not game breaking.
Yeah.
It was the most immersive open world I've had the pleasure of playing. CDPR's world and story design is incredible. The combat is satisfying and brutal, and the main story is great. Sure, the game had terrible bugs on console, but now that it's been quote unquote fixed, he says, there's no reason not to give it a go. I have to reevaluate this myself, because the way he talks about it and the way that Hooky talks about it, they talk about it very passionately.
So they're looking at the game differently to the way we did.
I think so.
And this is the thing. So to be clear, we both played it on the PS5. There were some bugs. I didn't get anything game breaking. Early on, it did a bunch of like where it would quit out.
Yeah.
But nothing like... I think that happened to me like 5 or 10 times. It wasn't anywhere ridiculous. It auto saves enough.
I didn't get many bugs. I got crashes in the beginning.
Yeah, I got a few crashes. I got a bunch where I think I sent it to you, where I was sprinting down a road with mantis blades out, and my V was just the shadow was just like, it was hilarious. There's a bunch of dumb stuff like that. So nothing game breaking like that. That wasn't our problem with the experience. For me, it was two things, and I think this echoes your thoughts. Is that at least for me, I found like. I'd be interested to know if you've played The Witcher, because this is the parallel for me. I found V entirely cold. I couldn't relate to him at all, but where I could relate to Geralt, I didn't feel connected to V at all. And that the story at the end of the day it didn't satisfy anything. It just kind of built and stopped. So that was the big thing. So for me, it's the story overall for the game. And then the big thing was CDPR really burnt us. Because in comparison to The Witcher, which we love a lot, I think The Witcher is one of the best games ever made. The Witcher 3 is one of the best games ever made. And we had so much hope and passion for CDPR. Like, we constantly were talking prior to Cyberpunk how, like, when I was loading up The Witcher 3 and, like, there's that little thank you note. No other game had done that before. Right? And I really love CDPR. And then they let us down with that. And they kept lying about it. And that was
the thing, they led us on a little bit.
Right.
Like,
I felt
how
led on. I felt like we got catfished. We got game fished.
Game fished.
Is what happened. So that's sort of my two takes on it. There are some incredible things in it, though. Like, there's a lot of fun. The game... There's little things that are, like, great and little things that are good. Like, the Pan Am romance, everything about Pan Am is freaking incredible. And a little bit of me wants to go back and do the Judy romance. Yeah. But, like, in between that, there's not much going on. And little things like... Night City feels lifeless. Yeah. And I said this before, and everybody, including Wames, get fricked, Welford. right? It said, oh, it's not what it's going to look like. Oh, it's pedestrians. No, there's like 10 million people in this city and there's nobody out. And when you do find children, they're just miniaturized people with their nightmare fuel.
It was nightmare fuel, wasn't it?
So I don't know, man. But like, the thing is, though, if you enjoyed it, I'm glad for you.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't want to take that away from you. If you enjoyed a game that other people hated, great. At least someone got to experience a great game, and I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I just don't feel like I agree. But if you're gonna do it, I'd love to know if you replay it and say, you know what, man, now it's better. But now it's being criminally. They're just leaving it now, and they're going to be moving on to The Witcher 4.
Did you hear? Apparently, this wasn't going to be one of the topics, but it'll come up now anyway.
Yeah.
Apparently, the entire expansion, the next expansion, got leaked online, the script and everything like that. Apparently, it's not very good.
Yeah.
And crucially, apparently, it's going to be the only expansion. Apparently, that is it after this. So CDPR just fucking just lay out. It's their mistake as well. It's not like we did something to them. They made a product that was subpar that didn't work out, and then they're abandoning it.
And another Witcher parallel, we've always said The Witcher's incredible. Play the whole thing, including Heart of Stone and Blood and Wine, and the Heart of Stone and Blood and Wine. Where The Witcher just set the bar for games, that raised it even further for DLC. Yeah. That's the way you do DLC. That DLC was so incredible, of such high quality. It was easily as good as the main game. I argue that Blood and Wine's actually the best section of it, outside of, like the main story. Like the stuff with Yen and Geralt and Ciri and Geralt and stuff is just... mate, when he finds Ciri, it's like one of my favourite moments in gaming. It was so incredible.
The bit that sticks out to me is when they're talking about the djinn on that boat and they're trying to work out the curse. It just sticks in my
stuff
head.
like that is so incredible. But then when they come out with that DLC, it set the bar, and then this is like, it's not gonna... Man, that's really... Half of it was 30% of it was the game let us down. 70% of it was CDPR let us down.
Do you know what what my big problems are with Cyberpunk 2077 that makes me like not think fondly of it? And again, I don't mind if you love it. That's fantastic.
Yeah,
that's great.
Perfect.
My big thing was that it was a massive world that looked pretty, except it was empty.
Yeah, it was empty.
A bunch of doors you just couldn't go into. A bunch of shops you couldn't interact with. A bunch of people you couldn't interact with.
Yeah, or if you did, they would say like one thing. It was sort of like GTA. Hey.
Yeah, one line that meant nothing, didn't do anything. It wasn't even like a cool little line or whatever. It was just nothing.
It was just a better graphic GTA Online.
Exactly. The different choices and stuff like that made no relevance. The different choice on like what path you choose, if you're going to be a street kid, if you're a corpo or whatever, bared no relevance whatsoever except for the first 10-minute intro.
The specs don't really feel like they changed the way you play the game. Like compared to how we look at Elden Ring, right? And you see like guy does magic, guy's going to go like big sword, guy's going to go... I saw one guy running around with two turtle shields, and that was all he did. He was like the short fat guy in full armor with two turtle shields, punching people with shields. Like,
there you go.
We didn't get that. I didn't feel like that.
That could have been so much better. And the problem is that while some of it is on us as well, where we might have overhyped it as well. The overhyping...
we definitely overhyped the Mantis Wallblade running. That was way better when it came out than we had expected. The customizing the cars, customizing your apartment, customizing vehicles so you can get your haircut, like you could in The Witcher 3. And in this world where everything's a modification, you can't even get a freaking haircut. Oh!
And that was just what I was going to say was that. But a lot of it is on CDPR for not reining it in, for not setting expectations correctly, for not saying what the hell the game was going to be. But that's all because you were so scared of saying anything because everything was so up in the air and you didn't know what he was going to do until the very last minute. So you have to take some of this blame right here. Anyway.
Sorry about that little rant.
That was it.
And I'm really glad you enjoyed it. I don't think that's a hot take, by the way. I think enjoying a game that other people don't enjoy isn't a hot take. Because I'm glad for you. Yeah. Really
some people might enjoy Red Dead Redemption 2, but it's a shit game.
Right, exactly. Like, good for you, but we all know it's crap.
Exactly.
Right? Whereas, like, a hot take would be saying, like, God of War just isn't a warm and tender story. You freaking idiot.
Right.
I can't stand games journalists.
It's like for a woman loving.
I'm getting on a real rant. I'm ready to really tear something apart.
Let me sidetrack that. Let me segue, I should say, to the original question that came up at the beginning. What we're playing.
Oh, yeah. What are you playing?
I got back into Returnal last night because I haven't got the platinum yet. And I am this close The problem with Returnal is that the platinum, the things that are left are randomly generated things that pop up in the game.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're there, sometimes they're not. I'm looking at trophy guys. They're like, this one normally pops up in here,
Right.
but it could also pop up over here, but it could also pop up over there. And I'm like, it's not popping up. It's not.
Right.
I'm going through these. And the thing is, you go through the run, you go defeat the end boss, and then it's like, cool, I've done the whole fucking run 8 times now, and this fucking thing is not popping
And what
up.
happened is when it pops up, you'll lose.
Oh, mate. No, I think once I get it, it's done.
Okay.
I don't have to finish the level. So thank God for that.
Right.
But they know that. They know that. I've got 2 of these ciphers, if you're playing Returnal, you know what that is, and 1 scout log, and they're just not fucking generating. They're just not coming up, and it's annoying.
So I just want to quickly just personally attack you as a human being. Have you at least finished Halo 2 yet?
I only play good games, you see. All I know is that Halo right now is garbage. That's what they say.
I quit.
So why would I go back and play Halo 2?
What was really frustrating to me is that the thing is, this must be how you feel like. I found that text, by the way, of when I was fighting the Valkyrie Queen. So if you guys don't know this, like we talk about tangents, but that's how we play games.
Yeah.
And I was playing God of War for the first time, God of War 4 for the first time, found a Valkyrie and was just like, I need to find all of these things.
I need to.
And I think you have to beat all of them before you can summon the Valkyrie Queen,
Yes.
I believe.
Yeah.
So I beat all of them and I was fighting the Valkyrie Queen and I was like, I texted you because you'd finished it before. I think I borrowed your copy. And I was like, what am I doing wrong here? I can't beat the Valkyrie Queen. This bitch is really hard. And you were like, tell me you finished the main stuff. I was like, no, not even a little bit. Like I didn't have the Chaos Blades. Like that's how early on it was. I'm pretty sure that's correct, but it was very early on. That's how I do stuff.
I was ghostwriting. I was like, there's this great story that you're neglecting.
I know.
And you're playing
And
this.
the only reason I stopped because I was just gonna spend all day trying to beat this chick, which is my point. Like I don't mind hard games. Like she was tough, especially as under-leveled and under-geared and all the stuff as I was.
Yeah.
But you said, oh well, it's endgame spoilers. I was like, fine, I guess I'll play the freaking game.
Fine.
Yeah, if I have to. But now I know that feeling because you are like a completionist and a platinum whore. And me, I'm like, go and play Halo. And to you, you're like, I will once I get this thing.
After I do
'Cause I'm
anything else.
Because I'm like, it must have taken you like 8 hours and you haven't got this thing. You could have finished Halo in that time, but it's not the itch that needs scratching.
No.
Yeah. I hate it.
It's like, hey, you got an itch on the tip of your nose. Try scratching your shoulder.
Right,
No,
that'll do it.
that's not going to do it. Anyway, guys, on today's episode, we are going to be talking a lot about God of War possibly releasing this year. That's
Possibly releasing
possibly.
this year.
That, things are indicating that way. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7, not 8, not 9, not 10, not 11, but 12 TV shows / movies coming from PlayStation IPs.
Oh, God. That's not good. I don't think that's good news, though. I
Right,
don't know about you.
right.
This could be a hot take. Other people are like, oh my God, 12. I'm like, oh my God, 12.
Oh, 12. Enough. When is
Any.
enough?
They shouldn't have done any.
Right. Call of Duty apparently being in a PlayStation contract until 2026.
Yay.
And the topic of this episode, State of Play, Summer Game Fest, Xbox Games Showcase with Bethesda, our predictions for what's going to happen.
That's right.
Not our predictions, our leaks, our insider information, because we never
right.
get anything wrong. What we say just happens, okay?
It's true.
They come to us and they say, "Oh shit! Well,
We need this to get out.
Yeah,
Can you? Yeah.
We better. No. What is we say it and then they go and do it. So they're like, "Oh, okay. Now we need to announce Bloodborne for PC. Okay, all right. We need to do that. We need to do that.
You know what would be really great? Bloodborne on PC. Damn it, we'll do that. Okay.
All right, good.
Thanks,
All right,
Ed.
we'll do it. We wasn't gonna, but now you said it. We're gonna do it.
Yeah.
All right, bro. I want to kick things off with first of all talking about what we saw at Xbox's last showcase.
Which one was that?
It was at E3.
Oh, yeah.
The E3 showcase, to be fair, they did their own show at E3. It's sort of,
Yes.
you know how they
Yeah,
did
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
I just want to wrap up the biggest things that were there.
The Xbox show that killed E3, right? Because there isn't one this year,
Basically,
right?
yeah.
Anyway, please continue.
So I'm gonna just talk about these and get your feelings on what you think it'll be this year, and then we can go on to, if it's one of your predictions, you can tell me, and that can be on
My
record as
predictions
your
are pretty
prediction.
loose, to be honest, because this year seems very weird to me.
It's a bit strange. You don't know how to gauge it, right? Then there's also Summer Games Fest. There's the State of Play that's happening today. Bit strange. So on last year's Xbox showcase, we got a Starfield release date announced with a CG trailer. Now that release date has since been delayed. It's been delayed indefinitely. We don't know when it's going to come out.
It's been delayed 2023. A week after Phil Spencer went and said, "Oh man, I'm so excited! This is looking great. It's nearly ready. Get excited, guys!
Everything's great over at Bethesda Game Studios." Not.
What?
Do you have a prediction for this?
Well, for Starfield, yeah, it's not coming, and we're not going to see anything.
That's your what? That whoa,
Yeah.
whoa! That's a bold prediction right there.
Yeah.
So your prediction is we're not going to see anything.
For the record, when I say anything, I mean gameplay, and I don't mean like, oh, it's Assassin's Creed, rendered in game. Shut up, Wilford. I mean,
James gets roasted on
mate.
this
He
podcast.
always beefs me out, and the fact is, I'm always right. Get fricked. The only good thing I can say about the man is that he's at least a reasonable height. Anything above 4'9" is just showing off, and me and James both show off. So, but other than that, no Assassin's Creed like it's being played rendered in game. No. Gameplay is showing something. At this point, we don't need to see more cinematic shows. We get it. It's in space. Show me the gameplay, and they're not going to show gameplay because it isn't ready. By the way, I'd love to be wrong. All of my predictions, by the way, things that aren't happening.
Yeah.
Almost all of them.
I've got a couple like that as well. But a couple that are happening. I have a Starfield prediction as well. I say we do see Starfield gameplay.
Yeah, okay.
But it looks deceptive. So the way that I'm imagining they show it off is that they show... I can't remember who does this, but it's sort of like a character walking, and then it cuts to a new location,
it's them walking, but it's just like panning around, and it's like...
And like the scenery changes or something like that. That's what I'm thinking. Or maybe even like One Direction, and it just cuts to another location.
One Direction are going to be in it. Interesting.
Cuts to another location. It shows multiple different planets and shows like a star.
Yeah.
And they show a ship just going through space.
This I would not consider gameplay, by the way.
And this thing, it might be gameplay, but the thing is, it's not someone playing the game. It's more of like a cinematic showing of it.
Just because something's rendered in game doesn't make it gameplay.
And I think that is, and people are going to be like, "Oh my god, look how like it's a space game.
Look at the gameplay we're seeing.
It's a space Bethesda game. It's the space Bethesda game we've been talking about for so many years and whatnot." And I feel like it's going to be deceptive because it's not actually going to give us a feel of what it's going to be like to play the game.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be part of like, okay, so this game isn't... People are going to be like, the game isn't ready yet, so that's why we didn't get to see a more deep dive and whatnot. But I would argue that you was intending to bring this out this year, so you should have had something ready. You don't have to have the full game ready.
Yep.
We should have had something ready.
It should be playable right now.
But I feel like it's going to... And the thing that's really going to bug me about this is that I feel like that deceptive nature of the trailer is going to hide that the game is going to feel dated. I think it's still going to have Fallout-esque sort of movement where everything's very stiff and everything's very
clunky and heavy and choppy.
Yeah, not like the Horizons we see now, not Ghost of Tsushima, not like these games that we know to have like really cool mechanics and look smooth and looks like a fluid person. I think it's going to be very much like
Devil's
Spaceman doing this.
Devil's Advocate. Elden Ring feels kind of clunky in that same way.
That is true.
And I didn't feel like it took anything away from the game.
True. Souls games have always been like that.
Yeah.
Another reason why I feel like the hype for Elden Ring is a bit high, because for some reason Souls games just seem to get a pass for a lot of things.
Yeah.
Apparently Elden Ring was buggy as well. No one said anything.
There are definitely bugs.
This is just so strange as well. I feel like I get a pass. But that's the thing. Xbox being Xbox, just like PlayStation, they're under the critical eye a lot more.
Yeah.
So I feel like they won't get a pass for that stuff.
I will say,
personal prediction.
What you described isn't gameplay just because it's rendered in-game. I don't consider that to be gameplay. Like we said, I need to see someone playing the game.
Yeah.
You boys can say I'm wrong or you like. I won't consider that gameplay. I don't think we're going to see anything even close to what you're describing. And I definitely feel like you're on target.
You think it's going to be another CG trailer?
Well, I feel like anything they show will be somewhat deceptive, and it's going to lead to hype to try and... Weirdly, though, like, why are they trying to get sales? Because it's going to come out on Game Pass, so I don't understand.
That's a good point. There's no point in doing any PR. Because
It's weird, right?
That's just more money in the hole.
Very bizarre. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't think we're seeing really anything. I'd love to be wrong. I'd love to get like a 15-minute Horizon-esque like gameplay. That would be amazing.
That'd be fantastic. That's what I want.
I want Starfield to be good as well.
So I can get a good,
I suspect,
a good accurate reading on it, and I want it to be great, so we can play a great game whenever it comes out.
What I suspect though is that after Phil's meeting, they were like, "Yeah, we need to wind this way back." They're rebranding it to be Football Field because the scope's coming way down because they just don't have enough. But we had that confirmed dev guy saying that like the engine's rough, flying's a bit janky, but otherwise it's pretty good, you know.
Yeah.
And I mean, I need to see the freaking game.
Yeah.
We all need to see the game. Even like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
The problem is, they're pinning all their hopes on it, which is a terrible sign because they do have IPs like Halo, which have flopped. So if they can't make, if Halo cannot be made to succeed. Why is everybody pinning their hopes on this brand new IP from a Bethesda that is outside of their golden years, right?
It's a constant moving of the goalposts. Yeah. They're like, Halo will do it, guys. Halo will bring it all back for Xbox.
And after this, it's going to be Fable. This is my prediction, is Starfield isn't going to be it. The Xbox will conveniently forget that they were hyping it up for so long, and that was going to be their kill shot, right? And they'll be like, well, wait until Fable comes out.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I'm in that same boat. I'm very much a wait until Fable comes out. Like, that's going to bang. Except, what if it doesn't? And then what happens? Here's my real question, and this is a bit of a tangent. Right. So, like, really short answer.
You're not known for that. It was so strange.
Starfield comes out, flops. Fable comes out, flops. Now what for Xbox? That would be, by the way, the worst timeline. I want Starfield to succeed, and I desperately want... If Fable doesn't bang, I'm going to be legit angry. You think I've been harassing the devs for duels on Ghost of Tsushima? I will follow these guys for the rest of their careers, their lives. I'll turn up at their wives' funerals when they're 84 and be like, you drove her into the ground, really. I mean, Fable would have given her the hope to claw onto life, to stick around.
If you had really banged with Fable, maybe she wouldn't be in the ground right now.
A better game developer, a better husband, a better man.
So fucking dark.
Yeah, frick 'em. Because Fable's important to me. But like, seriously, what happens in a world where Starfield flops and then Fable flops? Why would anyone get the Xbox? Because at that point, you know nothing good's coming out, at least from an Xbox studio. Why be on Xbox?
This is the thing. I've been baffed already. Why I don't put too much. What's the word
stock?
I'm looking for? Not stock.
Emphasis. Vocabulary.
Fault on the consumers and whatnot. Yeah. Because they're being told the greatness of Game Pass and how it could change the future, and they're giving all these pro-consumer messages. So I can see someone getting taken up with the hype.
Sure.
And whatnot. And everyone's looking for a good deal, and they're proposing a good deal.
Yeah.
Cool, no problem. But what I won't understand, and I don't know how they've done it this far, so I have to assume they'll go the future, even in this future where you're telling me where they've still produced no games and nothing's going on. I don't understand how the influencers that are totally bought off, or the people that aren't bought off that are just shilling for the sake of shilling,
at least get paid for it, guys. Come on.
Those people, how they are going to react, because
that will be interesting, innit?
That will be the super interesting part. The Destin Legaries of the world, and the people like the Tim Dog guys, on all the toxic people in the Xbox community that you guys may have heard, may not have heard. I want to know what they're going to be like, because then I'm super interested. Yeah. What's your argument?
It's very strange. Like, the whole Xbox side of things is very obviously unbiased, but I feel like we have a pretty fair look on the ecosystem, the gaming sphere.
Yeah.
And the Xbox side of things seems to be warped. And this isn't like we're better than Xbox. It's just something I've noticed. So like recently people were saying about Xbox Series S and X sales.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, big dubs for Xbox. And like you can get Series S's are like flying off the shelves or whatever, which they weren't. But like combining those sales, it's beating out the PS4 Pro or the PS5, I forget which.
Yeah.
And they were like, and you can get Xbox Series X's. And I'm like, this isn't the dub that you're making it out to be. The reason you can't get the PlayStation 5 is because people want it so much more. The fact that Xbox is still on the shelves for weeks, Series X is still on the shelves for weeks. The S's, you are a dime a dozen. Like, and they were tweeting out about how like the Series S has reached market saturation. That's not a good thing.
Yeah, that's a bad thing. The demand has been met.
Right, and they're like, see, we're beating out PlayStation with these sales. I'm like, no, like it's warped, right?
That's very strange. And also, when you think about the console itself, is that, don't get me wrong, if you wanted a cheap way to get into Xbox, and that's your only reason, that's fine.
Yeah.
But the console isn't a next generation console. Don't get me wrong, it's got some next generation features in it, like more updated tech than like the Xbox One did.
Yeah.
But it's gimped, and it's like you're being sold something that's gimped, and you're like, paying for it, and
maybe right now it will do okay, which we know it doesn't. But let's say that it did. There is no future in that console, right? It will not be able to hack the games that are coming out. Well, there aren't any games coming out, so I mean,
so there we go.
Mind, yeah.
Your point has been invalidated.
Yeah.
All right. Little tangent. We're back.
We're back, and we're going to stay focused.
The next thing that they showed off was Halo Infinite was confirmed for holiday 2021.
Yeah, that did happen.
Multiplayer footage was shown. Do you think we see anything from co-op or Forge or anything from Halo?
Yes.
Yes?
But neither of those things.
Neither of those things. What do we see?
Battle Royale.
Oh, okay.
And the excitement levels will be the same as they are right now.
If they announce a Battle Royale, I will have to say publicly on that stream, and I'll have to tweet Monsieur Dr. Disrespect himself.
That was pretty good.
I'm going to have to tweet him himself. I'm like, I'm sorry, mate. I apologize for the stupid thing I said before because I thought it was dumb. And here they are doing your dumb idea.
It is dumb.
You deserve a check. You deserve royalties or something because you've given them their only card left.
Well, it might not work.
It might not work. That's true.
But for a bunch of reasons, just really quick. So, like, one, I don't agree. Like, I think Doc is very into the Battle Royale thing. And I understand it. And Battle Royales do well. And I think if they'd have just said, we're going to make a Halo Battle Royale as the plan for Halo Infinite, if it was just a Halo Battle Royale, I think that probably would have been good.
Yeah.
I don't think that, like, it failed because it didn't have a Battle Royale. I don't agree, and I don't particularly think this will save it, because it's going to have to be a brand new project, because it's going to need an actual progression system that you can progress in without predatory microtransactions, that you put in for now a new redesigned Season Pass, and a bunch more skins and reasons to play.
It's not just copy and paste. It needs to be worked out from the ground up.
And an issue with Battle Royales is that they need constant changes. So Halo is one of the things about it is there are like 7 guns, that's it.
Yeah.
That's not how Battle Royales work. A new gun or a new character has to come out every single season. You can't do the new character, really. Maybe you could do like the Arbiter, you could go somewhere with, but
also, updates for Halo Infinite have been pretty slow in terms of the multiplayer side of things. And adding a Battle Royale mode, which requires its own set of stuff, is only going to make that problem worse. Your plate is already really full. You're going to add shit to that too?
Maybe if it gets a bunch of like attention and users and they start making money, then it will start they'll up the team a bit. And that would be good, I guess. But my problem here is not so much Halo. Like, if in 2 years' time, Halo Infinite, the Battle Royale, is super popular, it's like one of the big 3 or 4 Battle Royales, and it's doing great, everybody's going to say, see, look, Halo Infinite's amazing. And they're going to forget the big issue, which is that it came out unfinished, no Forge, no co-op, the campaign was separate, terrible progression system. This is stuff that we need to remember, even if we don't hold it over their head, because if they do another project, we need to know that, like, the first one had issues. Yeah. Whereas, in comparison, Respawn made Apex with no issues. The game isn't perfect, it has other things, but it wasn't predatory. It worked.
Yeah.
It came out as expected, as intended, on time. Do you know what I mean? So I'm concerned about that. To be honest, I'm just concerned because 343 are having real problems, obviously, and problems that they shouldn't be having, I would argue. So, look, I hope that it succeeds because I want to live in a world where Halo's a thing. I want to live in a world where, like, I'm not the only one out of the two of us talking about Halo. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want you to go, man, this Halo Battle Royale is actually a lot of fun. I think I'm going to finish Halos 2 and 3, right? Like, because I want to know more about it. Like, that's what I want to live in. I just don't trust 343.
I feel you on that. I feel you.
So I do think they announce a Battle Royale, and I think we get an in-game, but it'll be like a bird's eye view of, like, lots of Master Chiefs, lots of Spartans, like, running into a thing and shooting at each other. Sort of like the Fortnite Season 1 thing.
I didn't consider that, and I was just saying, like, nah, I'm not going to see shit. Not going to see shit.
Yeah.
Nothing from them. No update, no nothing. They're just going to stay quiet on it.
I swear to God, if they just say they're going to announce stuff about it and they don't show it, that's an L,
Something's not with my charger. I don't know what's going on here. Anyway, I'll put that to the side now.
No.
Yeah, don't worry, I'm not too low yet. What am I at? 26%. Nothing. That's fine.
You better be lying.
No, seriously. How's your anxiety levels doing?
Just we need to stay on topic.
There was a Forza 5 demo that got shown off.
Oh my God.
Exactly. There'll probably be another Forza one. Those things they just keep coming no matter how little people care about
I can't wait to
Forza.
see Forza 6.
Brum brum.
Cargo vroom.
Brum brum. Redfall was announced. It was supposed to come out this year, but that got delayed as well with Starfield.
Yeah.
It was a CG trailer.
Meh. I'm just sick of CG trailers. And even on frickin' Sony projects, like if Ghost of Tsushima 2 comes out with CG, well, that's slightly different, but like I'll be like, wow, that's cool, let me see the gameplay.
Yeah, people will try to use the age-old thing. They're like, oh, you guys are excited for Wolverine, though. It's like, we're not excited for Wolverine because of the CG trailer.
Right.
We're excited because Wolverine's a fucking cool character.
Right.
And we want to see a video game of it.
Also, I don't want to see a CG trailer for Wolverine now.
Yeah.
I want to see Wolverine tearing up a bar.
Yeah.
In-game.
Yeah.
And then they can wrap it in CG, where we get a taste of the story, like a CG trailer, so we have an idea of what we're doing.
Or if they gave like a hype thing, they're like, oh, it's his thing, and then suddenly he floats in the air. It's like, oh, Magneto! Like, that's what we're excited about.
Right.
Not the CG trailer.
Right. Exactly.
Anyway, Stalker 2 got a release date, but that also got delayed to December.
Yeah.
That was because they work in Ukraine, I think. So
Something
the war that's going on is obviously fucking them up.
as excuses go for Xbox delays, they get a pass.
They get a pass, guys. They get a pass.
But not for too long.
Contraband was announced. That was a CG trailer as well. Didn't really understand what it was, except it looked like there was like a lot of drugs goes with Contraband and whatnot.
Makes sense.
Still don't know anything about it, but that was announced there.
Well, that's going to be Game of the Year.
Calling
it now.
OTY.
There
I
you
was
go.
like,
Gotti,
Game
bro.
of the Year?
Yeah.
And The Outer Worlds 2 was announced as well. Again, another CG trailer.
That's an interesting one, because I know people that... See, this is the problem, right? Everybody's talking about...
Sean likes that a lot.
Yeah, everybody's talking about Starfield being like this open world thing, but like Outer Worlds is a good Fallout in space.
Yeah.
And I'm just sick of Fallout, that style of things at this point. I know it's not Fallout, but it's some of the same team. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But apparently the people that play it love it. It's sort of like Destiny, guys.
Yeah.
People that play Destiny, all they want to play is Destiny. And I get it, I just don't get it, you know? And I don't want to... I'm not playing Outer Worlds for one main reason, which is I don't have the time on my plate. You know, and for me, it's not drawing me in. But had I got into it at the start, I'd probably still be playing it.
I do want to play it, especially because, again, I think it was Sean. I'm sorry if it's someone else, but Sean bought it for me on one of like the Steam sales and he sent it to me.
That's slightly different.
I would really like to play it. It's just play so fucking full.
Yeah.
I bought the Arkham collection as well. Haven't played Arkham City ever, and I want to play that. It's just stuck in my list.
I just want to quickly explain my frustration there, which is not the Arkham games, which are all excellent, and Arkham City is very good, so you should play it. But like, with so much on your plate, with with like especially the games that I'm desperate to see you finish.
Yeah.
Halo, you're actually in the middle of Halo 2. Frickin' finish it. Halo 3, get through Mass Effect so you can play Mass Effect 2. I really want you to play these games so bad. And then you've got as well Elden Ring, probably God of War will be coming up by the time you get through those games.
But Arkham City.
I mean, you really need to keep some space open in case they bring out a Superman game.
Solid point. I've got to keep a lot of space open for that. Like one day,
there is that Super Dog game coming out. What was that game?
Super Pets.
That's
whatever. It's like I'm sitting down to play a game. Shep said I should continue one of the other games, but
what
if they just announced Superman?
What if
right
they
now?
shadow drop?
Right? Because that's the only way to do it. You can't have
Kingdom Come Superman Legacy 2.
Oh god! All right, that's all the notable stuff that I got from the last showcase. Do you want to hit me with another prediction that you have on your list or anything like that? Or do you want me to go with my one?
Let me hear your most like controversial one that you've got there.
Ooh, most controversial one. Okay, this one's going to be the hot one.
Did we say what we're like predicting?
We've given a couple of things.
No, but have we introed what we're actually predicting?
Yeah, I said we're doing the Summer Games Fest and the Xbox
Cool.
Showcase.
I just have totally forgotten if we've told them what we're talking about. Yeah. Sorry, boys.
Here's my hot one.
Okay.
So on Twitter, apparently it's the Xbox Design Labs controller thing has gone down. They've put it down. They're like, we've closed for a little bit. We'll be back soon. No reasons.
Unusual, yeah.
Do you remember there was a poll that went out?
Yeah.
Around about when the PlayStation 5 launched.
I do.
Asking about the DualSense controller and stuff that they liked about it. And if they would like to see that in any one of their controllers.
This is hot.
I think at the Xbox and Bethesda showcase, Xbox announced a DualSense controller ripoff.
Yeah, okay.
I fully believe that, and that's my thing. Hot take it to the bank, put it in there, put some money on it, get your house mortgage, put it on there, lads.
That is a brilliant idea, and it's also going to flop because the one thing Xbox has not taken into account is that the developers knew about the DualSense and developed their games for the DualSense.
That was the problem I said at the beginning. When we first had the survey done out, it was like, it doesn't make sense because you then have... Everyone, when they buy a console, it will come with the standard controller. So you can't bake in features that the controller can't use.
Yes.
And all of these games that have done it before, they don't... What, you're going to ask them to go back and put it in afterwards? That's gonna be shit. You can't ask developers to do that. And then... Why would developers in the future do it for people that 1% of the community is ever going to have anyway?
Right, because the majority of people on the Xbox One or the Series S.
And they're just going to get the one that comes in the box, which is going to be the normal one. So why would it be? This is such a flop out after the fact.
Yeah.
Whereas every PlayStation 5 owner has the controller that has all the features.
And every game is from the ground up. They know about it. It's sort of like built into the...
And they had years in advance to work with it. Yeah. It's going to flop. However, I do think that they're going to do it because what's one thing that Xbox is selling all the time? Controllers.
That's true.
People seem to be buying controllers. I don't know what they're doing with them because there's no games to play.
Probably throwing them out of frustration that they got nothing to use it for. We've always said as well that Sony's leaving a ton of money on the table.
Idiots. Absolute idiots.
Especially with the removable sides to the PS5. Like, you should have those in... Frick your 4 custom colors, right? There should be a Ghost of Tsushima one, a God of War one. You should make it customizable. There are businesses that just set up in their garage where they hydro dip stuff. Come on.
If they don't do this they should have done this by now, and I hope they do this for God of War. But every time they announce a game, they're like, okay, pre-orders are available today. This is the collector's edition. This is the limited edition. This is also the PlayStation 5 cover. Limited edition God of War thingamabob.
Yes.
And then it comes to the next game. Yeah. You need to do and then that one as well. If they don't do that, they're leaving a fuck ton of money on the table.
Well, and not just money. Like, how about customer satisfaction? You think I don't want Kratos and Atreus sat on my...
Right?
Are you kidding?
I mean, I really like those colors they come up with for the controllers and the things like that.
They do look hot.
I'm going to get the panels as well, and I'm going to get one like purple and one blue, so it's like true gamer colors. I think it'll be quite fun. But that just shows how much money I'm willing to spend on this thing.
That's just flat colours.
Exactly.
Like, come on, man, what are you doing? Like, you think I won't buy the frick out of The Last of Us?
Exactly.
Like Joel and Kid Ellie on one side, and then Ellie and Abby on the other.
Right. I just want one that has Joel on one side and then Abby with a 9-iron on the other side.
Yes,
that's what I want.
And then one side it's like The Last of Us, and then the other side it's like Abby Driver Simulator, you know, Golf Range Simulator 6 or something, you know. Abby goes crazy golfing.
Crazy golfing. Crazy
golf.
Yeah.
You know, I want one which is like, what's that guy's name from Red Dead? Masterson? Masterton?
John Marston or Arthur Morgan?
I don't freaking know. The main brer.
Arthur Morgan.
And then on the other side, just an infographic about tuberculosis.
These are the symptoms.
Right.
These are the discharges that you get from the various bodily orifices.
Of course, yeah. Anyway, yeah.
So yeah, a DualSense controller ripoff from Xbox.
Yeah.
I think that's what's going to happen. I get that feeling. I don't know why. There's no rumors about it. I just saw that turning off, and I put that other thing together, and I was like, done.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Do you want to go? Or shall I go with more of mine?
Do you want to go?
I can list all of mine if you like.
I'll give you my next hot-ish take.
Go for it.
And this is going to be hot in the sense that we're going to know what they're doing, and the Xbox won't realize. The Xbots won't realize. Elder Scrolls 6. You know, the specific wording of like exclusive, only on Xbox world premiere, but it isn't exclusive. They just won't tell you that.
Ooh, that will be something.
They'll need the money. They know they need the money.
I think that'd be a pro-consumer move, by the way.
That actually would be pro-consumer, but they're going to make it sound like only on Xbox, and I'll show you like a skin or like a. I think we will see something, and I'm not going to say in game.
Yeah.
But I think we will see something, and I think the stuff we will see in it will be able to be legally defined as only on Xbox. Like the color of the character model that they're showing, like it'll be a lizard dude with orange scales, which you can only get on Xbox, right?
Yeah.
Only on Xbox.
What it will be is they'll be like, from Xbox's Bethesda Game Studios.
Yes.
On Xbox. But,
exclusive to...
No, they won't even say it. They'll just be on Xbox. That's what they'll say. And everyone will assume, oh, it's only on Xbox. They didn't mention anything else.
Yeah.
Whereas the PlayStation doesn't mention Xbox when anything comes up. This is just how they talk. We're like Elder Scrolls 6. So I had it down as they will not show any Elder Scrolls 6.
I think
and it'll be 4 years to the day since they revealed Elder Scrolls 6, and we still won't see anything.
I do think we get like the movie trailer. Like I think we'll see dumb shit. Like it'll be a map on a table that gets like opened up, and then it'll burn away in flames, and that'll be the transition.
Fuck off! If that happens, fuck you.
I told you. Watch that scene happens. Someone will put down a map. There'll be like sword fighting noises, and then the map will burn, and it'll be a flame transition. I'm calling the scene. I'm calling the shot. Right, that's how far I'm going. I'm calling you the shot. And then that exact language, just like you said, on Xbox, you know, exclusive, world premiere, stuff like that. But it will actually go live sales for everybody. Maybe there'll be like 1 month or 3 month exclusivity deals to DLC or certain things like that. But
they always give themselves something, right?
But that is my bet. And I think we do see it. Because what else do they have?
And the worst part is...
we're not seeing Starfield. Exactly. They have to. I bet they went to Bethesda and like, this needs to be ready now. You've had 4 years.
Could do something, guys.
You've had literally 4 years.
This is the thing. Xbox the management don't have the balls to say that to someone, even though that's what management is for, to manage your
one-man operations on YouTube making fan CG movies of shit like this on their own in their spare time.
You've got whole studios making it.
So...
By the way, if it does come out for multiple systems, I think that is a great move. I think that's how it should be. I feel like you should get your product out to multiple people. Maybe in the future, if you want to do some Maybe if you want to do it in the future, that's your business. I feel still that's bad.
I don't think it's a good idea, but I understand it, and it's their business. They can do what they want with it.
This is the problem. Microsoft right now, they haven't made games that are genuinely great. I think you should focus on making great games rather than making these controversial anti-consumer business moves that you keep saying.
Yeah.
if you make a great product and you choose to make that exclusive because that's your product and you want to draw more people to you, all right, it's your business decision.
Yeah, fair enough.
But you haven't done that first bit first. The cheek of you then to turn around and go exclusive. It's like you're doing crap though.
They need to greenlight some new projects, right? Which don't have to be brand new IPs.
Yeah.
They can do like what God of War did, take a known thing with a fan base, go a slightly different angle with it and really make something special.
Yeah.
Or greenlight a brand new project and like, dudes, we know what makes God of War and The Last of Us and Ghost of Tsushima great. If you think that someone at Xbox or they haven't paid somebody to really write down the recipe, if we have figured it out,
Yeah.
like, you're smoking something really, really strong.
High
So,
grade.
like, they know the recipe. They could do it. And they've got the talent. Like, look, for all their faults and stuff we've beefed them out about, when managed properly, Bethesda made Deathloop.
Yeah.
Right? They can do it. They've got the talent. I even think 343 has a lot of really talented, passionate people. I think they're just
Not managed right.
they're just not focused correctly.
Like I said, I don't think we're going to see anything for him. Personally, that's my prediction.
Yeah.
Nothing. And it's
That,
gonna
by the
be-
way, is, for the record, just as spicy a take.
Yeah. And to add
Because
extra spice
you're
to
talking about
it,
going 4 years and we don't see even a CG trailer. That's hot. That's hot.
extra spice for you. Nothing from Fable either. Nothing. Nothing from Fable or Elder Scrolls.
So, 2 months ago, when Starfield looked like it was on the cards,
Yeah.
I would have gone, you know what, we don't
Cool.
we don't need anything from Fable yet. Let them just get on with building the game. As of today, with nothing from Starfield, potentially nothing from Elder Scrolls 4 years, with Redfall being delayed, we need to see something. And I'm telling you now, as a Fable fanboy, a CG trailer would be great, but it's not enough.
No.
It's not enough. But also, for the record, Fable isn't. I don't think it's appropriate for them to have gameplay ready yet. It's
Yeah, it's still very early.
Yeah, the timeline's way too soon. But Xbox needs something to show. And
Yeah.
I can't think of anything else. Oh, do you know what? Gears of War 6.
Mate, that's the thing. It's going to the things that you can always
much-
guarantee. War, always guarantee it. Taxes, death, a Forza trailer, and Gears.
Facts.
Those are going to be the things you can always guarantee.
Okay, this is terrible, though. I just Googled the worst Google. I was like, Gears of War 5 sales. Didn't sell anything. It's on Game Pass.
Yeah.
The opening weekend, 3 million played it on the first weekend. Which,
When it's on Game Pass, you think.
it's on Game Pass, which means it's on Xbox and on PC. Boys, that's a staple of Xbox. I don't consider that high enough. It's not bad
Yeah.
by any means, but like, what was
Well,
Halo
bruv,
Infinite?
Abe's Odyssey got 4 million downloads.
That's a seriously
PS
good point.
Plus.
That's a really good point.
Anyway, that's those. That
That's a
concludes
really
my,
damning
Exactly.
point. Now I think about it.
That concludes my Xbox predictions for that show. I've got a couple more, and they're for Summer Game Fest now. So if you've got any more you want to put in for Xbox show,
For
go ahead.
Xbox or
Yeah,
for
for
Summer
Xbox.
Games Fest? What was my other one for Xbox? I honestly, and this is older because I've been thinking about this, I did think they were going to show another trailer for Starfield.
Yeah,
But obviously now I don't.
yeah.
After the last couple of weeks, I was expecting it coming up. No, I think that's everything. Oh, yeah, I said my Halo, didn't I? I said Halo Infinite
Yeah.
Battle Royale. Yeah, I think those are my big two, yeah.
Cool. Have you got one for Summer Games Fest, or do you want me to go with my one first?
How spicy are yours?
Not very spicy. I think they're good.
All right, let's hear yours. Because
I go for hype. That's what I go for.
cool, because I was going to say that I think this is our last year of Summer Games Fest.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah, I think they've just been so disappointing. And
I
3
think
years
Jeff has the ability to spin it. He has like every year we're like
Jeff's
this wasn't
so
great.
good.
He's such a showman.
I like Jeff, and also he's genuinely passionate about
Yeah.
it. But bruv, it's like I don't even know what it's like. I can't even come up with a metaphor.
Exactly.
I've been so incredibly bored,
Yeah.
and I love this stuff. So
My first prediction.
yeah,
I'm gonna go from least spicy to spicy. Okay.
okay.
We see the KOTOR remake. At Summer Games Fest.
Wait, that's your least spicy?
That's my least one. And we actually see gameplay.
You're an idiot.
There's no way. See gameplay. I know it's hard. It's soon.
Mate,
it's soon.
If you'd have said 13 seconds of shadowy CG and like a lightsaber, yeah, maybe.
Just a repeat of what we got last
Pretty
time.
much, yeah. Like slightly different or just flipped. Like yeah, maybe.
This is genuinely what I see. I think we see gameplay. And I
Who's
wrote down
making
next to
KOTOR?
it, Aspire's making it. I wrote down next to it, and it's not far away. As in, like, maybe we even get a release date.
That's ambitious. On the other
Ambitious as fuck.
On the other hand, in comparison to Xbox stuff, Sony moves at light speed. So, you know, maybe. No, I don't think we get.
My least spicy one.
Yeah, I don't think we get a release date. I thought we would get a teaser trailer.
Okay.
About a teaser trailer for the people that never played KOTOR.
Was it High Republic or I've never
Something
played KOTOR.
like me neither. So I think that's what I was looking forward to was the start of a hype cycle about like not what is this game about, but like you know when you see those AC trailers, you have an idea of like where it's set, what your guy's gonna look like, maybe who the baddies are, something like that, right? Something like that.
Cool.
But definitely not what you're saying.
Hey, I'm going for hype. I'm hoping for the year of hype. Okay.
I mean, well, from Xbox we're getting nothing but hype.
But hype. That's all we're gonna
No
get.
games, just hype.
What about you?
So
I've got three more after this, by the way. So I don't know how many you've got and how we would slot them together and
why
stuff
don't you
like
just
that.
let me hear yours?
You want me to hear more all of mine?
Well, because it sounds like both of our predictions have been around the same sort of things. I think we've probably got very similar stuff.
So my next one, we get the Silent Hill announcement at Summer Games Fest.
Okay.
However, it's not attached to Kojima. I think the rumors of it being Bloober Team is true.
Yeah.
They're making it. And I don't know about apparently there's 3 of them in the works. There's like a remake, there's a reimagining or whatever it is, and a full-blown sequel. I don't think we get any of those. I think we just get the Bloober Team one, and that's happening at Summer Games Fest.
So I actually totally forgot about all things Kojima. So that I didn't have that one. That's one that I don't have. That... Ooh.
Could be interesting. I don't know.
But is that not going to... Wasn't that a Sony project?
That's the thing. There's a rumor going around that it's going to be PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah.
We don't know.
So if it is... That's the thing. Well, that's interesting, though. If it comes out Summer Games Fest, almost certainly it's not exclusive. Right?
So, can be.
Could be, but almost certainly not.
I think KOTOR was actually shown at Summer Games Fest as well. Oh, no, wait. Was that...
No.
That was a State of Play, wasn't it?
That was State of Play.
Good point.
Which reminds me...
We saw Ratchet and Clank, but that wasn't the reveal. Yeah, I guess the reveal would likely be like a PlayStation event if it was
You'd
PlayStation
think.
exclusive. If it wasn't, then it would show here, I guess, maybe.
Interestingly, though, and I totally forgot its name. I just had written down that Viking thing.
Yeah.
Hellblade 2, whatever it is.
Oh, yeah?
Which I know is an Xbox exclusive, but I think they show it here.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Guess more eyeballs. Yeah.
Also, I think it's because they're gonna want to not mess up the flow of their event.
Right.
And I feel like this one does, especially if we're going to go on another tour about game developers went to Iceland, so blah blah blah. So I think we actually see it at Summer Games Fest.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That was one of my spicy takes that Xbox is going to spread things out instead of. My big spicy take about the Xbox thing is that they're going to want attention, but not too much of it,
Right.
because over the last 4 years or so, all that's happened is we've got a lot of attention and then just compared it to Sony,
Yeah.
or torn them apart, and it feels to me that rarely do we go, man, that Xbox thing was amazing for more than a day.
Yeah.
And then we see something else, or we go, man, the Xbox event was amazing. Yeah, but this is third party. And actually, it's all third party.
Yeah, that's the way you break it down. You're like, okay, so this isn't coming for 2 years. This is at least.
Right.
This isn't coming for. This isn't even.
And over
exclusive.
50% of what we saw was third party.
Exactly.
So I suspect that they're going to want to start spreading things out. That's my
When
guess.
is that going to end?
When they
it's
start
been
making some games,
because
and they have the recipe. They have the recipe book.
it's been Xbox forever, and I just want it to change. I just want it to be a time where they go, here are the games coming now, because that's what the promise is, and that's what those toxic fanboys I mentioned before have been pitching.
It used to be different. It did used to be different on the 360. It was neck and neck, and we saw that with the console sales, which both got very close to 100 million.
Yeah,
like there were constantly reasons to be on Xbox. Halos were coming out, and Gears of War, but they were also good, by the way.
Yeah, by the way,
there was a bunch of reasons to do it.
Here we go.
Pain.
My next prediction.
Yeah.
The rumors are real.
Yeah. Which rumors?
The rumors.
Oh, the rumors. Oh, yeah. Why don't you just keep going?
Kojima is there.
Nah.
And he shows off a little teaser. Because of goddamn Norman Regis, which we're going to talk about in a story in a second, he shows off a teaser for Death Stranding 2.
But that's going to be a PlayStation exclusive.
Exactly.
So why would they do it here?
But him and Jeff are like beans on toast. Like pickles on cheese. It's like mayonnaise in the bin. They are that. That's what they're like. Just like that. Just like that.
That was good. That was very good.
They are so close.
Yeah,
and in fact, I saw yesterday a picture of them FaceTiming each other on like a big conference screen.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
that's misdirection, isn't it? Like they're FaceTiming because they're in different countries.
You know? That's my prediction. Death Stranding 2 at Summer Games Fest. Kojima is there on screen. He reveals it. It's just minor. It's not a big thing.
Yeah.
Again, super confusing. I'm going to have to do a video of like We Are the Whales or something like that.
Yeah.
Whatever the new thing that comes to my
were
fucked
the whales,
up mind.
But now
we're the kangaroos.
evolution.
And that's what's going to be showing off. Take it to the bank.
I actually really like doing these with you because you're so optimistic. And like I know you don't really believe you're going to see all this stuff, but you at least go, we could. These games are out there. We could see these things.
Tell me they couldn't happen. Tell me it's an impossibility.
Because most of mine were things like, we don't see Fable. We don't see Starfield. We don't see anything. They're moving. And I do think they move Hellblade. So it doesn't take away from what little they have somewhere else. Because the other games they're going to talk about aren't ready. And Hellblade is closer.
Yeah.
So I think they want to keep the conversation a certain way. And you're like, oh yeah, well, we could get the sequel. And see, I had a hopeful one, but it was for the state of play. Yeah, the state of play.
You can knock that out if you want to.
But
it's going to happen by the time they see this video. So,
all right,
look out. Go on. What is it?
Ghost of Tsushima 2. Yeah. And I think, and I think we see mainland Japan.
Holy shiznit.
And it won't be called, it'll be called Ghost of, it won't be Ghost of Tsushima 2. It'll be Ghost of Tokyo or Edo or something.
So, seeing as we're doing state of play predictions, do you want to hear a state of play prediction that we got from our boy Gamz True Gamer Master over on patreon.com/conversations?
Hells yeah.
He says, well, he's writing this because now he has seen the state of play.
Okay.
Right.
Of course.
He knows exactly. He's amazed for what everything was showing. He goes, awesome to see God of War being released in November 2022. He says, wow, how good does that trailer for KOTOR look? And he says, the new Horizon expansion looks interesting. And he says, I didn't particularly vibe with Horizon Zero Dawn, but happy for those of that do.
Yeah.
He says, holy shit, Ghost of Japan? And he says, Spider-Man 2 story trailer was sick. So your prediction came true, good sir. Ghost of Japan happening.
Well, I feel like we're jumping around. For the record, of course Ghost of Japan's coming out.
Obviously.
Have you got any more for Summer Games Fest? Let's just knock those out because no one cares about Summer Games Fest.
One more I've got. Summer Games Fest, Callisto Protocol, which is the Dead Space spiritual successor made by the people who did Dead Space 1 and 2, will be shown off. It will look fucking epic. And whatever EA shows with Dead Space Remake is not even going to come close to what they show off. I think the remake is going to be nostalgic. I think it's going to be fine. We're going to play it. But
we both loved the originals.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I think this is going to be nuts on a whole new level. I've seen some screenshots and stuff and it looks amazing.
I think they're going much more horror with this and I don't like it. So one of the things
You like a bit more the sci-fi with horror.
Yeah, well, so like the original, they only made 2 games, unfortunately, right? Dead Space 1 and 2.
Happens, you know.
It does happen. It would be nice for them to make a 3, but, you know, they're moving on. I understand
Yeah,
it.
it didn't happen, yeah.
But I didn't feel like they were particularly scary.
Right.
There were elements of horror in it, obviously. But I wasn't, like, terrified, right? It wasn't PT. And I feel like they're transitioning to horror, where before it was like sci-fi horror.
I don't understand. When you play a video game, you want to piss your pants. So why are you giving all this?
Where you wear
resistance?
pants when you play?
Solid point. Yeah,
you're doing it wrong, bro.
I'm a man. I shouldn't be wearing pants.
That's right.
So I get you. I get that feeling because it does look very.
I
scary,
think it's going to be worse. Is the wrong word. Worse for me.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be more horror and less sci-fi. Like Dead Space, I would say is 70-30 sci-fi horror.
Yeah.
Right. It's sort of like the Doom movie.
Yeah.
Right, where it's like it's mostly sci-fi.
Yeah.
And there's like some scary stuff that's scary. You know, there's something unusual. It's scary because it's not human.
Yeah.
And you're sort of like, the real fear factor in sci-fi stuff is you can't get off the ship.
Yeah.
Right? You're always locked in. And I think they're going to go away from that and more to no. It's what you're locked in with that you're afraid of. You're right. So, yeah, that's a good one though. I actually forgot about that because when I was thinking about that new project, I kept thinking about Dead Space Remake. Oh shit! I forgot to say. I think they're going to show some stuff for the Dead Space stuff on the Xbox show. Yeah.
At the Xbox show. Ooh.
Yeah. Yep. Because I think the Xbox show is quite heavily weighted towards sci-fi.
Yeah.
Starfield, Redfall.
I could see that. Yeah.
That's why I think they're moving. I forgot what it was called. Hellscape or whatever. Hellblade, yeah. Because it's too fancy. So I think they'll move that and they'll let it.
I think it'll be interesting if they do that to Summer Games Fest, because Summer Games Fest comes before the Xbox showcase. Yeah. I think that will be
Forget the chronology. Forget the order in which I'm saying these things. I'm just saying they're going to group things. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
If they do show it off at the Summer Games Fest, it's not going to have the same effect as if it was the other way around. Because if Xbox do the show and they leave off Hellblade, if they leave off Avowed, let's say, or something like that, which I'm looking forward to, Obsidian's project, then they're going to be like, how come they didn't show Hellblade? How come they didn't show this? But if it comes out before, then they're like, well, they showed that yesterday.
The reason I think
they showed this today. This can be cool, and it feels good.
And the reason I think they might show something like that before, which ticks 2 boxes, right? One, it gets the hype levels up for like, man, if they're showing this off at Games Fest, what are they going to show at their thing? Yeah. And 2, it might mess with the flow a bit. Because we go from all these sci-fi projects to like this weird Icelandic holiday vlog.
It's like we went over these rocks. They're very slippery.
Right.
They're very slippery.
Why did they say stuff like that? What the hell? Anyway.
So you were saying about Ghost of Japan.
Yeah, I think we'll get, unfortunately, a CG trailer.
Yeah.
I bet they probably have gameplay. I bet they have enough to make a gameplay trailer. And I don't think we'll see it. Because I suspect there's nothing particularly new. Yeah. Which is fine. Right? Like, God of War Ragnarok isn't going to have massively new mechanics, right? Horizon's Forbidden West didn't have massively new mechanics. Cool. I don't really care. I think we will see Jin, we'll see Tokyo or whatever the capital was at the time.
Yeah.
Something iconically Japanese. And then I think we'll see that he's being like hunted by the Shogun or something like that. And we probably won't know who the big bad is or what the drive for Jin is. Right. But we'll know that he's like being hunted. And then it will just end on a huge cliffhanger. I will be completely dehydrated. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get much. But something to be like, don't forget, Ghost of Tsushima is the franchise that we're going to continue. You know?
And this time we're bringing 1v1 duels to Legends. Oh,
we're never getting it.
We're never getting it. You can dream all you want, sir. Can I just quickly say, Gamz, True Gamz Master, he has, just like how Alpha joined the community and immediately seated him down into like one of the cool kids, immediately done the same thing as well.
He's like, oh, is this seat spare? Oh, great. This is mine now.
Exactly. He's just straight away come in and he's like banger after banger comment. He's so great. Thanks very much for being here, bro.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
So yeah, that's all my predictions. By the way, I want to put in one side prediction. So this state of play is happening the day we're recording.
Yes.
I think it's going to be more focused on VR and the third parties that they said in their little blog thing and whatnot.
Yeah.
And there's no secret reveals. There's no God of War Ragnarok. There's no Ghost of Japan. No, nothing like that. It's just going to be what they said. And I think there's going to be a state of play or showcase after everyone's done everything. Hasn't been announced yet. I think it's just going to be done afterwards. And I think they wanted to bookend all of the events.
That would make sense, and I wouldn't be upset about that.
Yeah. I think today's one's going to be great, especially for the VR guys, and I'm looking forward to PSVR 2.
See, it's the VR that led me to think we would get this. So what I think it's going to be heavily VR focused. They'll show something VR for Horizon because we've seen something for that, which will lead on to the Horizon DLC, and then they'll say, and from so to round it out, something else from a franchise you already know, and then we'll get the Ghost trailer.
We're going to be like, God, Ghost of Tsushima. Oh.
It's Ghost of Tsushima!
Off.
Right.
By the way, Sonic Frontiers got shown off yesterday.
Yeah.
What were your feelings on that gameplay?
I didn't watch it.
I was
don't care.
asleep. I was like...
Sonic's a game from my childhood that I'm going to happily leave there.
I'm
personally.
okay. I'm okay with Sonic as well. Like, he's fine.
Yeah.
And he was good in the time I played it as well.
Like, Sonic's great. It's just not something I want to play right now.
But also, it seemed so out of place. What they did was literally the Assassin's Creed thing. They were like, an open world. And it's like, that's not how that works.
I also don't think that's ideal for Sonic.
Yeah. He's just running around. It didn't even make like they was going through some grass or some flowers and whatnot. And I was like...
Right. Yeah, I'm totally with you.
What?
I'm totally with you. There are some things that lend themselves really well to an open world. Like Pokemon's a great one for open world. That makes so much sense to me.
Is that how it is in like... That's how you're supposed... What you're portraying anyway in the when you're playing it on Game Boy.
Or in the show.
It's just because it's the way that the limitations of the technology. But that's how it's supposed to be.
Right. That one makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah.
Red Dead Redemption makes a lot of sense to be open world, right? I think there's this big thing to go open world, but it doesn't need to. Like Doom Eternal proved... And I think Doom Eternal,
confined
spaces. That's one of the reasons that it was better than Halo Infinite's campaign. Not that Halo Infinite isn't good, but that it tried to be a thing that it shouldn't have been. And Doom was just like, look, we're a level grind, and you go and rip and tear.
Corwin, in fact, told me that he wants the next Doom to be open world. Our Doom simp himself.
I fully doubt that.
He's too busy playing Doom to even get comment.
Right.
So there you go. Anyway, that's all our predictions. Is that all of your predictions as well?
Did we finish up? Did you have any for the state of play?
I didn't put any for state of play purely because I just get the feeling it's just going to be VR focused.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll get a VR release date. I think we'll see some cool games.
Oh, I think they're going to tease that. Look at what the new VR can do.
Yeah.
Pete, you don't know when it's coming.
Shit, I do have a prediction. So this is based on rumors on news and whatnot. Apparently there's going to be...
But it's good enough for me. Confirmed. What's going to happen?
Apparently there's going to be an exclusive VR version of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that would be cool because the one thing that everybody wants to do in VR, shoot some fucking guns. That's what you want. You want some fucking guns. And that was what drew me into the...
guns or lightsabers, yeah.
The gun attachment.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes, this is great. And it was good to a certain extent. It was low tech, though. This new headset, the new controllers that you get are supposed to be high tech. And I want to feel what shooting a gun is like, what a multiplayer game is like.
With like the haptic. And...
Exactly. In this brand new VR headset. If they show that, I would jizz my pants, and I do think they'll show it off. This state of play, it's going to get done, get hyped, take it to the bank.
Confirmed.
We should get a sponsor for this Get Hyped. Where we should do like we do all our predictions. And I'm like, and the Get Hyped moment sponsored by...
That's right.
I'm looking for things to sponsor.
I was going to say like an actual business, but I don't want to do that for legal reasons.
No freebies, okay?
Sponsored by your business name here.
Exactly. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I mean, I think the VR stuff lends into the Horizon DLC, and then one last thing, an IP you already know, Ghost of Tsushima. Right. CG teaser. Because there's a difference between teasers and trailers. Wames. And then there's just ends.
All right. Bro.
Yes.
This is the True Gamer Podcast.
That's right.
Coming to your eyes and ears every Saturday here on youtube.com/Conbrosations. You can also find us on podcast services around the world. You just need to search for the True Gamer Podcast, and you get us right to your ears over on Spotify,
That's right.
Apple Podcasts, and all the other podcast services that you go on. We're literally everywhere. If you like what we do here on YouTube, you can hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell for occasional notification when we make videos. And if you're on podcast services, rate us 5 stars on places like Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and leave a little comment. Just say, yo, these guys are sick. They know nothing about games, but they say it in an authoritarian way, which makes it sound legit. So follow them.
Yeah, they think they know what they're saying. And you know,
but don't bring it up to them. They're sensitive boys. When you say boys and sensitive, let's just go past that one right there. If you like what we do a lot, though, if you want to take your support that step further, the extra mile, you can head over to patreon.com/Conbrosations, where you can kick us a couple of bucks a month and get your name read out as a true gamer at the $5 tier, and get this podcast the day it's recorded, hours after I record it
That's right.
And if you want to get an exclusive podcast like the Conbrosations podcast, which is our unfiltered podcast, that's just $1 a month.
It's ridiculously good.
And
you can also write in.
Yes,
like Gamz Master did.
Exactly. Your comments read out first before everyone else.
That's right.
As I said, the people that support us at the $5 tier, the true gamers, they get their name read out as true gamers because they are. And those great people are Adam the High Quality Potato, Jeremy Horde, Sheps' Crusty Right Nut, Isak Manny, The Bat Fan. The Bat Fan goes now. You know, he's the Bat Fan.
Right.
Like the movie The Batman.
Right.
But he's a fake Bat Fan, so the Bat
But
fan.
he's one of those guys that can't understand that you can enjoy the Batman and also understand that Ben Affleck is the best Batman.
I mean, it's impossible. How could you? I don't understand it. My mind can't comprehend this kind of thing. Adam the Banana Ghoul Simp, Clark 53, Mikey T, Cats Bacoral, Sab 2557, Joe McCormack, Super Whale Ben, Diogo, Gamz True Gamer Master, hashtag Make the Nice Guys 2 please for the love of holy fuck Hollywood, Gerald Tucker, Fishy the Jackal, Alpha Aquelele, Max H, and Make Bindis Mod. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, gamers,
for keeping the lights and mics on and the gaming going here at Conbrosations.
The Nice Guys was a great movie, by the way.
Well, I have not seen it.
It's Ryan Gosling, I want to say, and Russell Crowe. They end up being like personal investigators. It's pretty cool.
Are they nice guys like nice girls?
No, not really.
Okay, so it is like nice girls then. Nice girls aren't nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they're like Ryan Gosling's nice enough. I don't know. It's
nice
good. It's
on
a good
the
watch.
eyes, you know.
It's a good watch.
Okay.
It's a good movie.
In case you guys don't feel like you want to donate to us, if you don't think we're worth it, or if you just don't have the money to spend.
Fair enough, either way.
Exactly. We get it. Everything's fine. You just be in here, commenting, interacting with us, watching the content.
Right.
We love that. We love you. We love you, okay? No worries.
Yep.
No worries. Okay.
I like the video. Frick!
Oh, yeah, you should do that. Yeah,
It really helps us. It's only an hour and 20 minutes in.
Let's kick over to our next topic. Your favourite topic, correcting conversations.
That's right. So look, if you're new around here, we say things on the internet and we have never let pesky things like facts and information get in the way of a strongly held belief. So when we say something on the internet that's incorrect, all you have to do is head down to the comment section of this video, ideally with a timestamp, so it can be like, when you said at 13 minutes and 72 seconds that this was this, it's actually that, and then we can come back and call you a freaking nerd by reading out your comment and crediting you next week on the show. Just like, I mean, have we got any? Probably not, because we're so freaking smart brains, so big and wrinkly, ballsack brains.
Wrinkly ballsack brains.
That's
got
right.
me in the last episode, man. Diogo writes in, he says, at 2 hours, 26 minutes and 35 seconds. It says, Shep says Camille Vasquez is from Multiverse of Madness, which Eddie agrees to, but she's actually Johnny Depp's lawyer, Shep Slap. Imagine it getting it completely wrong. Shake my head, fake gamers.
I just want to put this out there. Because of the nature of our content, we will read out your name as written, yes. You freaking cunt. And yours was Camille Vasquez from Multiverse of Madness or whatever. That was you
That was
this freaking guy.
Yeah.
This freaking guy. He's
Yeah.
planned it out to get me. But now, if you go to this thing, you'll be like, oh, I love popcorn or something stupid. Freaking Diogo.
Did you see? There was this one TikTok that I watched. It was it wasn't a TikTok actually. It was a YouTube video. I don't know why I said it. But anyway, it was someone edited the court footage of there was a call in of one of Johnny Depp's friends.
Yeah.
And he was like high or something like that, but apparently he was like a really funny guy.
Of course I know, yeah.
And and everyone was laughing in the thing. Anyway, someone replaced the footage of Jason Momoa in the
Yes, I saw that.
thing.
This is amazing.
So funny, and he's just like someone's dubbing it, and it's all hilarious. And he's like, "Can you show us the picture of this evidence that this guy's asking?" It's like, "Yeah, sure. I'll just turn on my screen sharing," and he pulls down a document that's there, and it's just this Camila Valqueira's woman with like hearts all around it. It's like, "Oh, sorry, you didn't mean to see that one. Oh, sorry about that." And then they get the cut to the woman, and she's laughing.
It's also like it's terribly dubbed. It's like a bad lip reading.
Yeah.
That is a great video.
Hilarious, and she cute. So let's just
she's all right. There's a lot of also the one that I'm really interested in is Dr. Curry.
Oh,
she got some Milky
She got
Mummy
that
MILF
stern
vibes.
look.
She's got that headmistress librarian thing.
Yeah, that disapproval look that you're like, please disapprove of me.
Yeah,
please.
just like maybe I don't want your approval. Maybe I'm kind of digging this.
Yeah, maybe I want to try, but I don't really want to get it.
Yeah. Oh, it's the try-in. That's the yeah.
How is it that Johnny Depp's side is just full of insanely hot women, and then on the Amber Heard side, it's just like, no offense to the main lady there.
Well, none of them are
past
particularly
her prime.
interesting. Well, also like the dude,
Yeah.
the man lawyer versus Johnny Depp's man lawyer.
Yeah.
Like, I think the guy's name's Ben Chu. It's an interesting name.
Yeah.
He's got like a fan base because he's like funny and quirky, or like he was doing little things like he was bringing Johnny Depp sweets, and then Johnny Depp brought in sweets and he stole them. It's like little things like that, right?
I didn't know that. That's
Yeah,
funny.
there's funny little things like that. But it's because I think we discussed this, not to touch too much on this, but that all of the good advice for Amber was don't take this to court. So the reason her team was so drastically different is because all of the good lawyers said, you need to settle this out of court. We don't want this case.
Yeah.
And so the lawyers that did take it, because all they wanted was billable hours, that's what she was left with.
It's so stupid as well, and this shows to how stupid Amber Heard is that had it been a settlement out of court, it would have been a story for all of 2 days.
Yes.
But the fact that it went on for 6 weeks
and she could have easily
roped
said
in everyone, it's now become a big thing.
And both sides could have easily said, we settled it, and she could have said, like, I just wanted this to be over with, and now it's settled.
Yeah.
And like we don't ever have to drag this up. I just wanted to get on with my life. Another lie, one of a million that she's told, right? Like that would have been easy to spin, and like say, it would have been forgotten. But now there is thousands of hours, hundreds of hours of her just not doing the right thing at every turn. Just
in case you didn't know as well, by the time we're recording this, it was just come out that Johnny Depp won the defamation suit.
Yeah.
He was awarded like $13 million or something like that.
Something
Stupid
like that.
amount of money. And the main takeaway is that she defamed him. And everything that she said, while it isn't part of the case because it's a defamation case, it just now it labels, because all the evidence that's come out, all the accusations that's come out, it looks like Amber Heard was just a disgusting person, even though that wasn't the point of the trial.
Correct, yeah.
That she's a disgusting person, and it's just highlighted all of that. Now, she puts out like a statement afterwards. She was like, "This is what this is going to do for women everywhere afterwards is terrible." It's like, you are the worst thing that's happened for women. Maybe that you've done has made it terrible.
What this will do is hopefully highlight that anyone can be the victim of domestic abuse, and it doesn't matter the gender of the abuser and the kind of abuse he suffered. And for the record as well, from what we saw, like I think Johnny Depp's probably a really cool dude, but also probably a fairly toxic romantic partner. Right? It seems that way, and he's...
Why would you stay with her if you're not a bit toxic yourself, right?
Right, and we have seen, and I think fairly credible sides of things, that Johnny Depp is a bit weird, but we knew that he's Johnny Depp, right?
Weird.
Like, we know this.
The guy played Willy Wonka. Look at the way he
Willy
played
Wonka, Edward Scissorhands. Like, he's an artist, like an actual artist, so they're almost all bipolar.
Yeah.
Like, no one should be shocked by this. So, but like, it just... really crazy stuff.
Yes.
It is the summary.
Yes.
Hopefully it will do some good and people will realize that domestic abuse and toxic relationships, it doesn't matter that the other person's what gender they are, that it doesn't all have to be physical, and he suffered all of it, physical, emotional, all sorts of it. So I really hope that's the real takeaway. And the real issue is that the other side of this argument is mostly about making this about women, when the clear perpetrator of all the worst stuff was a woman. And if you're crying about that person not winning because she's a woman and how that's bad for your cause is dog shit.
Yes.
Your cause should be actually about like equality and making things better for people that don't have it so good.
It's telling that the cause is dog shit when it's the atrocities being directed at a particular gender, not the atrocities that are happening.
Right.
It's like we don't care about what happens as long as it doesn't happen to this particular group that we care about. Yeah.
Also, I don't know why and this is what really bugs me, and then I swear we'll get back to gaming, is they're saying, oh, this is terrible for women. Do we not think it's terrible for victims when someone can just lie about some of the worst stuff you've ever heard?
And it gets this far.
And people just go with it.
Yeah.
Like, she lied about some incredibly bad stuff. By the way, you know, the worst thing I would argue is she said that she was assaulted. I don't know if you heard that story. Yeah. Well, her longtime personal assistant came out and said, that's actually my story.
Yeah.
and showed the receipts, like the police reports and stuff like that, I believe. Yeah. So that's how toxic this lady is, that she stole somebody else's rape story and used it.
That's fucking terrible.
To get back at her ex. I mean, that's
taking it from another victim. That's something, isn't it?
That's the bit that really gets me. Like, that's the bit that I really don't understand where people are saying this is so bad for women and for victims. Like, the reason it would have been bad is if someone can lie about this stuff, and that people do lie about it, and there's so little repercussions for people that lie about these things, because that takes valuable resources away from actual victims who need to be protected, who need to have transition periods, you know, go to like halfway houses and stuff, who need restraining orders, who need investigations done.
Yeah.
And while these police are coming up to hotels that they come and they say there's no signs of it, so then they trash the hotel and then they call the police to come again. That really bugs me, because people that are actually in need, regardless of their gender or identities, they're not getting it because other people are lying about these things. That burns me up so bad. Anyway, what's really fun is that she doesn't have the money.
Yes. Did you see a celebrity
and
net
she can't
worth?
get it because she can't work now.
Exactly.
One silver lining.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw this, but there's a petition to get what's his name? Bruce Campbell. Just Google Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, go on.
To reshoot the Aquaman stuff.
Oh yeah.
And he tweeted out, it's hit like 3 million signatures.
Yeah.
And he tweeted out, get me a script. So he's down to do it.
Hey, that's pretty cool.
So
that's pretty good.
Bruce Campbell is, if you don't know, like a kind of a B-list actor with a huge cult following. I love the guy. I love the stuff from like Evil Dead and shit. So Ash versus Evil Dead, all that stuff. Anyway,
back to correcting conversations.
Yeah, frick Amber Heard and frick
these guys.
Frick all of you.
Runic Firebird writes that he says 2 corrections because I missed one last week. Silly one first. I'm not correcting the fact, but I'm correcting your imagination. We have both been burned by the game transactions for years, by in-game transactions for years, that I think you've lost sight of what could happen, Sheps. You say Forspoken will have microtransactions, but hear me out. The reason in-game purchases give an 18 rating is that there is... Oh, he's written that a bit weirdly. The reason the in-game purchases give an 18 rating is there's going to be sex DLC. So the reason why the game is getting it actually, and I heard this from Jas Not as well. He said that apparently the reason why it's getting that rating is because there's sex involved in the game, not because of the microtransactions.
Is this one of those DLCs where you can hook it up to your flashlight so it auto blow 2's stuff?
It's a Square Enix game, so you know, it's Japanese.
There was sex in the Witcher DLC.
Did it not get an 18 rating?
I don't remember.
Well, if it did, that's apparently the reason why.
I thought it was a
getting
15 though, for the record, but
I don't know. That's why he's saying it there. But anyway, I know that he's trying to say we've been burnt by microtransactions, so he gets you. But that's actually the reason why. And he says, "I'm calling it here. I await to be right." Sorry.
I googled this, so it could be wrong. I'm just reading the very first thing that came up. The Witcher 3 DLC age rating. That's what I googled, and it says suitable for 14 and above. Potential guidance, strong language recommended due to moderate portrayal of some content, something like that.
Interesting.
And I banged a bunch of bitches in that DLC. So
he goes, now for the serious one. As much as I hate it, Xbox never actually promised us AAA games every 3 months. I think they did. They did that stupid PR spin thing in the words that they always do, and said it was their plan for every 3 months. Okay, so they didn't promise it, but that's their plan. They said.
Fine, but how about a AAA game every 2 years?
Yeah, let's give it that. But to be fair, you can't. You're doing what they do, which is their politician scapegoat thing. It's like, I will aim to get this in my first 100 days in office.
If you lead people to believe, people to believe, we're going to lead our patrons to believe they'll get exclusive content. We're not going to make any. We plan to, but we're just not going to ever get around to it. Like, I think we would be held to a different standard in that case. So I don't know why. And I'm not beefing out Runic Firebird. There's better reasons to beef this freaking idiot out.
Yeah, this idiot.
But for real, if we said to the patrons, we plan to make Patreon exclusive content and do Patreon hangouts, one video, one podcast, and one VC every single month. And we just never did it. And we said, well, we planned to. We never said we would. We planned to.
Even then, it would be like, okay, you guys are a small man operation. When you say you plan to, it's contingent on everything working out.
Yeah.
These guys are Microsoft. They're a big ass thing. If they say they plan to do something, they should be honoring.
Right. It's not like they have jobs that run long and this is actually their second thing, right? It's their main deal. So I just think all we're doing is holding them to a similar standard that we're holding us to.
He does say, though, they're still wrong and bad for it, but at least I can say that I can still say Xbox took an L on this. So
yeah, they definitely did.
Definitely did.
I think it comes down to sort of that, like, did they say it or not? And the answer's yes and yes, right? Like, did they say it? Yeah. Does that, like, legally hold them to it? No. Did they lead you to believe it? Yeah. Is them not doing it, not fulfilling their, like, pledge? No. Like, so it's tricky. And I also think, like, one of the things I don't understand is why, forget Xbox, why companies are allowed to be tricky and we aren't. Not us, but, like, if you had a leak in your home and you called a plumber and they came round to build you for it and the leak was still there and you call them and say, hey, look, I thought you were going to fix the leak. He says, I planned to fix the leak.
Yeah.
Right? I never actually said that I would. And if you look on the contract, it says I will undertake work to fix leak. Not that I will fix the leak. I'll undertake work to do it. I undertook the work. I didn't get it. I planned to, but
you'd
like
be annoyed by it.
You wouldn't be okay with that.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why businesses are allowed to get away with that. Because I don't think we would never do it because we hold ourselves to a different standard. But I think we would rightfully not be allowed to get away with stuff like that. And I don't understand why someone like Xbox, but PlayStation as well, are allowed to get away with stuff like that. Yeah. I would really like someone to either, and this isn't like a got you, aha, see I'm right. Maybe you do think it's different. Maybe it is different, and I'm not seeing it.
A lot of it is media, because media, they don't want to bite the hand that feeds them. And unfortunately, when it comes from fans, it's seen as just toxic nonsense on the side.
Right.
And when the media don't pick it up because they don't want to bite the hand that feeds them, because it's going to get early access and then get clicks to their site and stuff like that, then it just sort of gets forgotten. Right. And journalists, unfortunately, these days don't have journalistic integrity. So there we go. That's what that is. And a few joke ones. Diogo's like, correcting Conbrosations, 2 hours and 40 minutes and 19 seconds is when the podcast ends. And it ends too soon. I demand more. We're bringing out 5-hour podcasts, guys.
That's right.
Tune in for the... Jesus, motherfucker.
As requested, it's just black screen.
Black screen for the rest of
You
the
asked for it. We should do that. That should be our April Fool's joke. Just a 10-hour just black screen.
Black screen. You have to watch it. We'll be watching the watch time. Anyway, that's everything from correcting Conbrosations right there. Where's my next thing? Okay. Kick it over to our second topic, right? I know it seems weird, but, you know, way we structured this. God of War Ragnarok releasing this year. God of War Ragnarok has been rated in Korea, officially, lending more to the idea of the official statement that it's releasing in 2022. It's been rated, and I'm going to read you the notes that it's got here, because I think it's quite interesting as well.
I wish they'd rate it at 21. You know?
You have to be 21 to play this. You can go to the army, but you can't.
Very right.
It's been rated 18.
That's a really good sign, if true. Is this confirmed?
Confirmed.
Okay.
Excessive expression of violence.
Perfect. That's I'm sold.
Sold already. Realistic weapons such as knives and axes are depicted. And blood and bodily damage are depicted during battle.
Perfect.
Excessive vulgarity.
Yeah, buddy.
Vulgarity and profanity, it says as well there.
Yeah, cool. I mean, I don't care about swearing, yeah.
Excessive profanity.
I feel like if we're cutting people in half with an axe, swearing is a little bit lower down. On
You're
that.
a dick. Whoa!
Hey, no, excuse me. I just need to behead these three guys.
Excessive profanity in dialogue between characters appears throughout the game. Direct drug expression. But the drug expression that it says the direct drug expression of characters drinking alcohol in pubs. So in Korea, I guess they regard alcohol as drugs.
Okay.
I think they just leaked the fact that we're going to be drinking alcohol in Asgard. Just so you know.
I feel like as somebody who grew up in Britain, that alcohol doesn't even make its way onto my list until we're in spirits.
That's just something to wet my whistle.
Unless it's like a mega pint of whiskey, I'm like, yeah, these are soft drinks. It's like, oh look, Atreus taking that bottle of red wine. Well, of course he's 12.
Of course, of course. Anyway, that's what it says there. Rated 18. Doesn't have a date. It has the date that it was deliberated, which was the 26th of May.
Yeah. Officially
rated for in Korea. In my mind, that is locked. I can't see another. What's the next indication that you could possibly want to say, okay, this is 2022?
I mean, it's true because the European, in particular, Vikings, massively popular in Asia, right?
Massively popular. Koreans, North Korea especially.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Kim Jong-un these days is like, Vikings. That's what I mean.
Yeah, it's all about the Vikings.
All about that Norse mythology.
100% of PS5s in North Korea, the one that Kim Jong-un owns, use all of the electricity they make.
Exactly.
And, there's going to be rolling blackouts in the three houses that have electricity because he's going to be running.
So we have to turn off the electricity at 4 p.m. today because Kim Jong-un wants to play PS5.
I mean, okay, at least it got an 18.
Yeah.
That I'm glad about.
What do you think, though? Is it coming? Is it 2022?
I want it to. I want the answer to be yes. I think the answer's early 23. I think they're just not ready. That's why we don't have a date. There's half of the year left. It's not there. Where's the hype cycle that both God of War and Horizon follow very similar hype cycles? Where is it?
I think it's going to be at that. I said the prediction is they're going to bookend the E3 mess and stuff like that.
I want you to be
it's
right.
Be the second one.
I want you to be right badly.
Mark my words. But bro, I said it. PlayStation. Shuhei Yoshida's listening right now.
That's a good point.
And
Shuhei, we know
that motherfucker platinumed Fall Guys. Do you know how hard platinuming Fall Guys is?
That's not true, is it? How do you know?
So he posted on Twitter. The
I
guy
don't follow him.
Regular videos of him playing Fall Guys, and then the other day he posted platinum Fall Guys. What? You have to get 10 wins, I think.
It's in a row.
I think in a row. And I'm like, this... I'm being respectful here. I love you, Shu. You know what's going on. This old man is a fucking gaming legend.
I'm calling it now. He faked it. It
makes me think that.
He got on the LAN, got all the PS5s in the office, and he was like, you guys, if you freaking leave this starting area, done.
It makes me
You're
think it's
getting
fake.
fired and then seppuku'd, and maybe not in that order.
Anyway, I
That's
think God of
freaking
War's coming
hardcore.
up. He's hardcore, right? The guy's a fucking true gamer. We're gonna send you a T-shirt. Don't worry.
To the point of like, even if he had everybody on his side, actually finishing 10 maps, they're not easy.
Thing you said about the hype cycle.
Yeah.
The thing that might mean that it's starting, God of War 2018 is June's PlayStation Plus free game.
Well,
so could that be
I'm
the
buying
first
what
step?
you're selling,
Yeah?
because I want to believe,
Because you're like, I want to buy it.
but it is also a 4-year-old game.
Yes. I put it out funny. I was like, this is an amazing W for the 4 people that haven't played this game.
Right. Also, it's on the PS Plus collection, so if you're on a PS5, you already had it for free.
Exactly. Yeah. This is widely available.
Yeah.
Everyone wanted to
It's
get
on
this
PS.
game.
It's on not PS. It's on PC.
Even the most hardcore toxic Xbox fanboys have played this game.
Right.
But giving it away on PS4 for free, it's like, there you go. So, what?
Right. Like so.
There were some idiots that were like, "Why isn't this on PS5?" And it's like, if you have you have it. If you have a PS5, you have it already.
It's on the PS Plus collection. It's literally the first thing you get access to. It's actually number 1. It's right there for you.
Anyway, so
I'm buying
the start of the
confirmed.
Confirmed, guys. You heard it here first. All right. Our next topic. PlayStation have around 12. That's 12 TV shows / movies in production based on their own IPs. We know Horizon's coming from Netflix.
I think that's a mistake, by the way, and I actually enjoy Horizon. I think it would work really well. Same with The Last of Us, and I think they're both a freaking mistake.
We know God of War's coming from Amazon.
That's a terrible one. That gives me nightmares.
It's greatness. You've got greatness. You can only go down from there.
Can we just real pause?
God.
Then I assume the next one says The Last of Us, right? We know about The Last of Us.
There's a couple more. There's 4 more.
But like the next one on, we know that. Let me
one of them is that, yeah.
The Last of Us.
Yeah.
That one, in my opinion, lends itself the most easily to a TV show. We basically have seen it already in The Walking Dead, right?
Yeah.
Just not with these characters. That I thought was a mistake. And now they want to go and do God of War?
I'm right there. Last of Us from HBO. There's a Ghost of Tsushima movie happening. No one's picked that up yet. I don't know who's doing it or whatnot, but there's no idea.
Yeah.
A Twisted Metal show from Peacock.
Also, who's asking for Twisted Metal for anything?
This is the one that's going to get you. A Gran Turismo show.
We've got 10 movies in the Fast and Furious franchise. Leave me alone.
But even Fast and Furious is all about, it's about the characters and it's about how insane it is.
Oh yeah, the Gran Turismo was about the cars.
Gran Turismo is about the cars and it's about accurate realism. So it's like we're driving around the course. And
we know that the racing game adaptations work great in movies because Need for Speed did so well. With Aaron Paul at
hot
his
Breaking
peak.
Breaking Bad, yeah.
He's so, oh god.
So these are all a bad idea.
Also, the bad idea starts way before that, which is that you take the perfect media form, and the perfect expression of that media in Horizon, God of War, The Last of Us, Ghost of Tsushima, and then you try and limit it to why they're making a Ghost of Tsushima movie. That's the worst thing to do for a game adaptation.
Do you know what it is?
Right? Did I miss something?
What it is that we're scared. We're scared because we have the perfect version. Why would we go and do anything with it? Because it's only going to be worse than that, right? But if you take a step back and you're not a gamer, you need to think about it as a business. Like we have all this valuable IP, and people like the stories in all of these valuable IP. Not Gran Turismo and Twisted Metal. I don't really understand those ones.
Whoa, don't let Alpha hear you say that.
Alpha's really into his brum brum game.
The story, the character progression.
Exactly. And Super Whale Ben, he's a big brum brum guy.
I was so sad when we had those 4 character deaths of the tyres once they wore out.
I needed to change them. It was a very sad day.
Yeah, sing a tear.
The story is the main thing. So I understand as a business, they're like, well, why don't we make a story, a movie, a TV show? These things make a lot of money. We can do that. And I get that as well because it spreads your reach even further, makes PlayStation a bit more recognizable even more than it is.
They've only been successful like the Halo TV show. That was...
But that's the thing. Every time we do a video game adaptation in a movie, it doesn't work.
It's never.
It doesn't work.
The worst thing is that the best one was Doom.
Yeah. And that was only because they did like a 3-minute first person scene and they were like, oh, that's quite
That
fun.
is the thing that sold it. And also that movie is the best one and it's not very good.
It's not.
Like,
It's not.
the thing
I'm
is,
sorry, Batfan. I'm just not.
I agree with you actually that I get why they would make this decision. And I think if you're going to do it, put a 10-year rule. 2028, announce the God of War show.
Yeah.
Although I suppose 2013 is when The Last of Us came out. So but The Last of Us 2 made it fresh.
Yeah.
You know, if we hadn't had The Last of Us 2, I'd be really craving that. In 2028, I think, you know, like what see off a franchise, let it end and sort of calm down a bit. And then, with nothing else coming out, 7 to 10 years. Right? Like, if we hadn't had anything from Uncharted in 7 years and the movie came out, yeah, it's not game accurate, but we'd be craving some Nathan Drake.
Yeah, and we'll be too far away from it that we're like, okay, we're not comparing.
It wouldn't
apples
hurt
and
so
apples.
much. But James just finished The Last of Us 2 yesterday.
Yeah.
Which I watched the first little bit of it. I tune in every now and again to see where he was at.
I can't stand James, so I can't do that. Yeah.
Well, I was watching him fail.
Oh, okay. Well, that's right.
And every time I would turn up only for a few minutes, and I'm like, man, this game's good. I really need to play it. I want to play it. I don't want to play it.
You can't play that again. I can't.
I wanna, but I don't want to. I don't have the emotional space.
Yeah.
Because that game is one of my favorites of all time, and the emotional paycheck I have to write.
Yeah.
If I got like a month holiday, I might start it with that so I could have 3 weeks to like recover. I kind of want to play it again though, but I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, it's gonna take all your life out of you.
It's so good though.
So the only question I have is, what the fuck are the other 6 TV shows though?
Jesus Christ.
Because I can't think of it.
Astro's Playroom, the movie.
I mean, if they're making a Gran Turismo game, then it can't be Uncharted. We had a movie of that.
Ratchet and Clank. We already did a Ratchet and
Maybe.
Clank movie.
Yeah.
That was a movie of the game of the movie. But that movie wasn't like incredible.
No. I can't think of anything else.
Well,
I can't think of anything else.
What other exclusives
Death
are there?
Stranding, they own the thing for that, but that's basically a movie, the game anyway.
Well, that's one of the reasons we love games, because the cinematic aspects make it a movie as it is.
And could you imagine they get Norman Reedus to do it?
Of
again?
course.
And then, how would you pitch? What's the trailer again? What's the trailer? Yes.
It's just Norman going for a hike and then running away from the rain because he's scared of it.
Holding a baby in a bottle.
That would be actually okay. Let me pitch you the trailer for that.
Go on.
Norman Reedus with his backpack. He looks weird in his not Fragile. What's the company he works for? Bridges. So he's in his Bridges stuff. He's walking around. Kind of looks like a UPS guy going for a hike. It's a bit odd. Starts to rain. Weird. And he like runs away from it like in terror kind of thing. Okay. Runs past maybe like a floating rock or something weird to let us know something's up. Into a cave. What would be the conflict there? Something he has to run away from, like a BT or something, but we don't really know what it is. Ducks into a cave, and then we hear the crying, and then he opens the shirt and you see the orange glow, but you don't really see what's in it. You see the glass and the glow, hear the crying, and you just hear him shh, 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 boom. Oh, that would be a good little trailer.
I love Death Stranding, so everything you're selling, I'm buying.
Yeah.
I just don't know if the world would.
We'd also need to get Lea Seydoux in there.
Yeah, we do need to.
I don't know how, but we figure out a way to get Lea Seydoux with that like Mary Poppins umbrella vibe.
I'm fragile, but I'm not fragile. I'm
I'm
fragile,
fragile,
but
but
I'm
you
not
can be
fragile.
rough.
Yeah, I don't know what. If you guys can let me know, what could the other 6 be? Just you
What
don't have
else
to
is
name
there?
all 6. You can name 2.
Yeah,
I just
anything.
can't figure it out.
What else is like
I don't know.
exclusive?
I don't know any fucking any IPs that would work.
Sony.
Well, no, I can't think of any IPs. Full stop. The old
trying to think
1886.
Bloodborne, but like not really. That's not going to work. Shadow of the Colossus, The Last Guardian, Infamous.
Perhaps that'd be very flashy. It'd be cool to look at.
I honestly can't.
Spider-Man. Oh wait, they're doing that.
Wait, they're making Spider-Man movies? No way.
Anyway, I don't know what that is. You guys are gonna have to let me know in the comment section. Our next topic.
Oh mate, I swear to God, if once Forspoken, I'll actually be angry because it hasn't even come out yet. Even if it's amazing, like you shouldn't be greenlighting these projects
Even
before we have
that's not
anything.
even that's not even their IP. So
Yeah.
I
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. It's not this.
Our next topic. Indiana Jones might not be exclusive to Xbox. According to Windows Central reporter and kind of known insider, Jez Corden, the Indiana Jones game being developed by Machine Games, an Xbox-owned studio since the Bethesda acquisition, might not be exclusive like we all assumed. Now, they didn't ever say it was going to be exclusive.
That's
to
true,
Xbox.
they
It was
didn't.
just Xbox that announced it, and it was being made by Machine Games, their studio. And now apparently it might not be exclusive. I think it's decent because it's like an IP that a lot of people like. It'd be a very cool move. It'd be a nice move for everyone to get to play this game. But it does make you wonder why. Because Xbox have this habit of being a bit like,
Oh, this is my ball. You can't play with it. I'm taking it home.
They're very much like trying to take games away from
Yeah.
people while claiming to be giving games to loads of people and that one. So it does beg the question, why would they make this one not exclusive? I think it's purely because to get this license, it might have been a condition just to say
That
look,
could
we
be
want
right, yeah.
everyone to have this, or the price might have been too high, and that's that. I don't know personally, but I like the idea. I like that we're going to be getting this game right here.
I think it's a terrible idea.
Yeah?
I think it's a dog shit idea. It'll be a massive mistake, and I think they will do it because they need the sales. But the immediate problem that they're going to run into that won't happen on Xbox so much because so much of their audience only has Xbox.
Right.
Is that it will immediately get compared to Uncharted. And in a way that it wouldn't get compared to Tomb Raider. Because Tomb Raider is quite different in a lot of different ways, right?
Yeah.
But Uncharted is basically just young Indiana Jones, the game, right?
That's just what it's going to look like, isn't it?
Of course it is. And that is not what you want it to go head-to-head with, even if it's better. Let's say it's better than Uncharted. Almost certainly not. And that would be an incredible win for Xbox.
Yeah.
And if that's true, it should be exclusive, I think.
Yeah.
Because they need some wins. They're going head-to-head.
Yeah.
The only way this works out well, regardless of where it stays, is if it's better than Uncharted because it's carrying that indie cachet with it.
It would be interesting because Uncharted was a rip-off of Indiana Jones.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
It would be quite a turn of events if Indiana Jones comes into the fold and takes the mantle.
That would be amazing, right?
That'd be like, whoa, that'd be something we never expected.
That would be great.
And to come from behind as well, to be like,
Right.
we've had 4 games and a standalone side piece over here, 5 games even with Golden Abyss and whatnot. That's amazing for them to come. That'd be great, but it's unlikely to happen.
I think if it comes to PlayStation, it gets immediately compared.
Yeah.
Whereas if it stays on Xbox and PC, it doesn't quite so much.
It'll be compared, but from a distance.
Right. It'll be a light comparison. Like, it's very similar to the Uncharted games if you ever played those on, whatever.
It'll just be a couple of weeks of memes. It'll be like the Tesco's version of Uncharted.
Right.
There you go.
So even though they need the money, if it comes to PlayStation, it's getting hard compared, and the likelihood that it stacks up, low, and even if it is better, there will be Uncharted fanboys that just say it's shit.
Yeah.
So I think
like the Batman fans when they see Ben Affleck. It's like,
right,
it's shit.
you either like the thing that you like or you don't like the thing. Like, no, you can like multiple things.
Yeah.
So I think it's actually a better idea for it to stay on Xbox, so that there is finally some exclusive content. And what a massive get as well to have Indiana Jones.
Yeah. That's what we thought when we saw the announcement. We're like, oh, this is a
Massive,
big get. Anyway, that's what's happening there. So, True Gamz Master writes into patreon.com/conversation, and he says, "Glad Indiana Jones may not be exclusive, as I really liked the older games as a kid. Hopefully, a great hit of nostalgia. I just hope it's somewhat good. That's my bar." He says right there. Somewhat good. I feel like that's all Xbox can pull off nowadays, anyway. So,
I also agree.
Brutal but true.
It feels like you're just channeling my opinions straight into. Wait. Frick. I did log into the right account when I wrote that, didn't I? And I was like,
that's your alt account. And you sub to us, so that it proves that our sub numbers, our Patreon numbers are fake too.
That's such a dumb idea, imagine.
We're just paying the tax and the
why
interest.
Why would you do that?
Because they take a cut, don't they?
Why would you do that? I actually do agree that somewhat good is also my bar, and somewhat good is about the best that they can accomplish. I'm with you, it would be cool. Like, all it has to be is not bad and I'll want it.
Yeah.
But the problem is Xbox needs some, like, good games. And I think the Xbox guys deserve it. They've been starved for just good games. Now, what will actually happen is that the Xbox will get their hands on it and say, better than Uncharted, we're so glad we got this, sucks to be you, but frick 'em, whatever, right? The reasonable human beings will finally have something to play.
Yeah.
And the bar isn't very high for it to be okay. But that's the problem. If it comes to PlayStation, then the bar is Uncharted. And what the bar needs to be for Xbox is not bad.
Can I ask you a question?
No.
I asked you this before, last time we heard about this, and it was obviously a no.
Yeah.
Do you think Harrison Ford voices Harrison Ford?
I mean, maybe.
When we last spoke, we were like, Harrison Ford is done. He's out of everything. He's too old. He's just gone. And he's made a name for himself. He's got his money. He can fuck off. He's fine. He can just retire into nothing. And then we've got the announcement that they're making Indiana Jones 4, which is odd because they didn't make 3. And he's in it, exactly. So they've gone straight to 4. He's in it. And I'm like, so why wouldn't he just do some voice acting?
Yeah. Although, because this happens to voices, his voice has got deeper over time, so he may not sound like indie, you know. I don't know. I could see it happening. What will happen, I will say, is the guy's either going to sound like Harrison Ford or the game's going to be shit. Because I need the guy to sound like indie.
Yeah.
Right? It can be an impression. It can be somebody that sounds similar.
Just get the guy they did for Solo, and then do a young indie. There you go. That just ruined it all for you now. You're like, shit, now this could be good.
The thing is, I don't really care if we don't get it. I do want it to be good, and I think it should stay on Xbox. But we're Sony ponies.
Exactly. Fuck Xbox. Mikey T92 writes in, he says, making Indiana Jones multiplayer is a great shout, if true.
Is it? Did you say multiplayer?
Multiplat.
I was going to say, because I was like, Mikey, bruv, we need to sit down.
Multiple Indiana Jones in a battle royale to the death.
Battle royale, yes! That's what we need. And like Doc said, a game can't succeed with a battle royale.
Be dead in 3 months if it's not. It's a massive IP. People will love that character. If it's well-made, if it's a well-made game that's true to the character, it will be successful. I'd love to play a good Indiana Jones game, although it will be taking away a big exclusive that takes away a reason to get an Xbox / Game Pass. It's true.
Yeah, that's true. I think it's a big enough name to get.
It'll be annoying if they actually make it good, and then it's like, yeah, it's actually multi-platform. It's like, the one time you guys make a good game,
right?
You got no, and again, there's no draw again to come to Xbox.
Right. Because I think that game alone would push Game Pass subs. It would push people to get the console.
Yeah.
Especially in S, you can get your hands on those so easily for the price. It's like $290 or something. Yeah, it's almost nothing. Cool. You got a reason to buy an Xbox. You got a reason to get on Game Pass, right? And a reason. And the guys on Xbox are getting fed. They're actually getting to eat something, you know? Getting
served.
Yeah.
Call of Juicy. I like that. He says, which way is it? Other than that, I think Indiana Jones would be very likely to not be exclusive since it's being done by Bethesda Studios, and Bethesda were fine with making Starfield exclusive. I don't know why that means that wouldn't be exclusive.
I mean, either way, the real question is, do you think it should be or not? Not what do you want? Because I would want, let's say it's good. Let's just say that it's good.
Yeah.
I would want it on PlayStation. What I think it needs to be is exclusive. Do you know what I mean? Like ultimately, a good Indiana Jones game is going to be good for us, even if we don't get to play on PlayStation, because it's going to make more good games. It's going to prove that people want them. There might be another one. Yeah. You might pick up an Xbox in the future, or that team will go on to do something else. So it's still going to be a good thing.
Yeah.
So look, it would suck because I don't have Game Pass, or at the minute I don't have anything to play it on. But it would be better for the ecosystem.
Yeah. BS Bro 2. I'm calling them BS now, just to fuck with them.
Where are you reading this, motherfucker?
This is on Discord.
I don't see these.
In the True Game Podcast section.
Oh, I see what you're saying. BS.
Yeah, BS.
I'm stupid.
BS because I'm fucking with their names. I doubt Indie is not going to be exclusive, since Nintendo had a deal to make an exclusive Star Wars deal, and I doubt Xbox would pass on Indiana Jones. Who knows, man? Who knows? I mean,
they passed on a bunch of good exclusive deals.
Passed on a bunch of stuff.
And I love Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
But they passed on much better stuff. They passed on Marvel. They passed on KOTOR. They've passed on actually a handful of Star Wars stuff. And
also, we don't know behind the scenes what these businessmen think about brand recognition as well. As much as the shills online want to say, Xbox's brand doesn't pull people in, especially the way that PlayStation's one does.
I agree.
So, do they see that? Do they count that for anything? Maybe. So we'll see what happens there. Okay, that's all that for that topic right there. Let me kick it to our next topic, which is that Call of Duty. Call of Duty's PlayStation contract will supposedly continue to 2025, which means that there definitely won't be an exclusive Call of Duty game to Xbox until at least 2026.
Yep.
And even then, we don't know. It might not happen. At least what they said to the FTC was that it was going to continue to be multi-platform, but they don't have to adhere to that. It's not a law-binding comment, so stick to that.
Seems silly to make COD exclusive of all the games they have access to.
Very stupid. But it can be done. Now, this is very interesting because here's another wrinkle for Xbox. In the contract, apparently, according to people that know that have seen the contract, apparently no Call of Duty game can come day and day on Game Pass because of this PlayStation contract that they have already in agreement. At least until 2025, at least until 2026, sorry.
Right.
Which means that even so, I think it's like this quarter or something like that in the future, they're going to close this acquisition with Activision. They can't release the games day and day on Game Pass, so they're going to have to charge $60.
Right, because, at least they'll buy it. We know that Xbox will buy this.
Which won't happen. And it's going to seem almost pointless to the normal consumer, who's going to be like, so what am I getting out of this deal? Nothing. So
What'd be really funny is if
$70 billion for what?
It'd be really funny if a bunch of Game Pass subs just drop and then they get a bunch of COD sales,
There you go.
Which
I
is
thought
why
that was
we
very
said they
interesting.
That's why we said they should roll in Xbox Live to Game Pass.
Yeah.
Because then at least people still need it, and then you can claim that people love your service when really they just need it to play COD.
They really tried to do that, but then they upped the price too high. And
that's the thing, isn't it? They should have. Well, they're idiots.
Anyway, I thought that was really interesting. It's like it prohibits them from putting it on Xbox for the next 4 years, 3 years, whatever it is over there. I thought it was quite interesting. Yeah.
They're dumb.
Very, very dumb. Very, very dumb. The next topic was going to be the exclusive VR version of of Modern Warfare 2.
We kind of talked about that, didn't we?
We talked about it. I think it's going to be very cool. I'm very excited for that.
Which is an interesting one because people are going back to it.
Yeah.
And not the 2019 Modern Warfare release.
Yeah.
They're going back to OG Modern Warfare 2, apparently.
That's what I've seen people. But this is going to be part of the new one. So there is a new Modern Warfare 2 coming out, which is not to be confused with Modern Warfare 2, just so you know.
Right.
dumb naming. This is worse than the Xbox One, because you literally just named it the same thing.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
But anyway, that's it then. But the next topic actually is Returnal's coming to PC. At least if a Steam database scrape is supposed to be believed, right? Now, Returnal coming to PC, I think that's fine. I think that's
cool.
Great. It's cool. It's a
Been
great
about a
game. You
year.
should go play it and whatnot. However, I have one thing to say. Stay away from my games, you filthy PC peasants. Stay away from my video games.
I'm glad you said it, because I was going to say, frick these guys.
That's all I've got to say.
Also, look, they're never going to be able to complete these things. Like, they can't even finish their Excel spreadsheets.
Right. What was more interesting about this is that this was on the Nvidia leak. It came out a year and a half ago, whatever it was, and which lends even more credibility to that thing being real.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 9.
Yeah.
Oh, it's coming, baby.
Do you know what? I'm genuinely trying desperately not to. I never think about it because I get my hopes up, and I'm worried that they will. Either they won't make it, or worse, they will make it and they'll change it.
At the last minute, they're like, fuck it, you know. But I wanna bring up a point. I think, this is just my own personal opinion, I think PlayStation will eventually do day-and-date releases on PC.
I think that's a terrible idea, and I am genuinely concerned that they might. I think it's a terrible idea because, well, frick PC losers, because why are they paying half price for games? When we buy digital games, we're paying full price.
Well, this is the thing. I don't know if it will be like that. It might be because... I mean,
if they have
PC
to pay the same
gamers,
price as us, fine, whatever. But fine,
won't.
if they want to limit the way they experience the game with their freaking mouse and keyboard, I've got to look at my fancy Razer Rodent.
On the price thing, PC gamers won't pay you the $70 for it.
Great, I say we release it to them. They don't buy it. Good, frick them. They don't get to play it. They have the option, but they're not. They're too.
What it is,
stupid.
They'll do the simple thing. The thing that happens, even with the games that came out already, when they came out, is just pirate them. I think it was when they recently revealed the stats for like PC sales and how much money they made, how many sales they made, stuff like that. And all I saw was like, I wasn't one of those people posting screenshots of like torrents websites showing like 2 million downloads or something like that. And I was like, they did this on an old cheap game.
Yeah.
What's it going to be like when a brand new game comes out at full price?
They shouldn't get it. They're not people. They're not gamers. They shouldn't be allowed it. If you want to play the game, buy a PlayStation, you freaking noobs.
So let me give you my reasoning on what I'm thinking about here, right? Is that the recent stats that they showed off of the performance of their games and stuff like that proves that they're getting a good response from PC players. And these are on old games. Games that came out on last gen.
Yeah.
I think what they'll do is they'll start with live service games, you know, the 10 that they're bringing out or whatever it's going to be.
Like a Destiny would be really hard to pirate, right?
Right. It's a live service game, constant internet connection required, and also...
constantly updating.
Exactly.
Stuff,
it's little hot fixes immediately break a pirate anyway. But still, that's not my main point, is that I think that they will bring those games to a service, to a PC day and date, because a player base for a live service game is everything.
Yeah.
So they'll need as many people as possible.
Yeah, good. Let them enjoy those stupid mobile games. Frick 'em!
Well, I think there'll be bigger games, but I think that's where it'll be, right? And that's where I think they'll start. But I think eventually...
I think that's where they should stop.
Hey. But I think eventually it will go even further, and it will go to single-player games. Not soon, but eventually. Because PC gamers are stubborn. They won't even use another launcher for a game they get for free in an email.
Yep.
Let alone go and buy a PlayStation 5.
Many launchers. It's a free game. It's the best one ever made.
Right. Let alone go and buy a console and then play on a controller.
Yeah.
Because they'd rather play on a fucking Dance Dance Revolution map, which, by the way, that's what keyboard feels like to me. It's so fucking cumbersome and not so ergonomic.
Yeah.
It feels like I'm playing on a Dance Dance Revolution map. Rather, which is because apparently playing on a console with a controller is blasphemy to them.
Yeah.
So those hardcore people won't switch. So PlayStation are like, if we can't get them to come to us, then we have to go to them.
Or don't.
Well,
Let 'em
businessmen
starve. Let 'em
do not.
starve out in the cold of gaming.
Businessmen do not see that. They just see the money in their wallets and they want to get it.
But what they also don't ever pay attention to is that 1.5 million legitimate sales to 2 million pirates.
Yeah, that was disturbing as well, because I think it was like they said a million copies they sold of God of War they sold in like 3 months.
Yeah,
something like that.
pretty good.
And then people posted like, "Hey, free cracked version of God of War, 2 million downloads," and I was like,
Yeah, exactly.
it's not even like there was controversy attached to it. If you said to me, "Oh, they were trying to rip you off anyway," or there was a controversial thing inside it, and that's why we pirated it, it's just literally the best game ever made. That's perfect, and
And
love
they
it.
were crying that they didn't get it. Well, it should come to PC. It should come to PC. What? So you can steal it? The only reason you want it to come to PC is so someone will steal it and you can steal it.
Yeah.
Frick 'em.
And I want to say, it's not all PC gamers.
It's
obvious.
all of you.
Obviously, Zacchino is one of those fuckers. Fuck
Hooky.
That guy. Hooky, or fuck that dickhead.
This is unethical. It's not like pirating anime, which is totally different.
It's not like pirating hentai. They're very different.
Thousands of hours of anime I've pirated. Thousands. Well, a minimum 20,000 minutes just on One Piece. Minimum. But it's totally different.
Different, okay.
This isn't a video game.
Anyway, yeah, I that's why all of those things made me think that, yeah, it's inevitable, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it feels so different.
Yeah.
It just feels so cheap and dirty. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I'm happy for them if they want the game. I'm okay with that, you know. I've maybe softened over the years and whatnot, and I feel like it's fine. They can have the game if it comes day and date eventually.
Yeah.
I'll make my peace with it. It doesn't affect me buying the game and playing the game where I like to play it. It just means more money into the ecosystem. The pirating thing does bug me a lot, and it will bug me that the price will be different as well. But I'm fine. They're gonna get their game. I'm happy with that.
It's malicious, isn't it? That's the reason it bugs us. Like, I understand wanting to save money and stuff, but the game comes to you for half price and then you steal it. Like, it feels different.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like getting a torrent for a movie because it doesn't release in your region yet, and then you go and see it in the cinema anyway, right? It's not the same.
Yeah. All right, let's kick it over to let's wrap up with some comments from our guys. This is again from Patreon from Gamz Master. This is his predictions that he's going to say for the showcases that are coming up. He says his first prediction: Starfield will get a gameplay trailer and potentially a 2023 release date. Bold.
Yeah, bold.
You're an idiot. Hogwarts Legacy will get a release date. Possible.
Yeah, maybe.
Possible.
Definitely maybe. It's one I've actually kind of forgotten about.
Yeah. Do you know what? That's actually the Hogwarts Legacy is the most watched video on the PlayStation channel.
Yeah.
Odd.
Weird, isn't
Even above Spider-Man.
And it's not an
Spider-Man's
exclusive.
Strange.
It's very strange.
Just shows how many people are dumb enough to like Harry Potter.
nerds.
Ha! 4 eyes.
Yeah. Freaking Potterheads.
Microsoft will announce Forge and the new season of Halo, and he puts in brackets, who cares?
Yeah. And also they won't.
First look at Skate 4, finally. You know what? Skate 4, we heard about it, and then it just went silent.
Yeah.
So, first look at Fable. Hoping
What
for
are you smoking, bruv?
hoping for a reboot of the series. Never played the originals as a kid, and I'm not buying an Xbox just for that. He says, potential world premiere of Elder Scrolls 6 and GTA 6.
There's
Again,
no
dreaming.
way.
He's dreaming.
What are you smoking, and have you got any left on
Yeah.
my days?
Send it to us.
Yeah.
Make sure you put your address on there as well so the police can find you. But
Right.
Send it to us.
That is never happening.
Never. Announcement Fallout 5. Very bold. That's very bold. I mean, they're doing Starfield, so I think they're not going to do
Yeah,
that.
doing Starfield and Redfall, right?
Yeah.
And their last Fallout
Avowed
wasn't
as well.
Oh yeah, they got a
Too
lot on
much,
their
too
plate,
much.
and they just made their first good game in like 10 years in Deathloop. So
Exactly. And and that's everything that he writes from there. Oh, he goes, I hope whatever IP Sony are making, turning into shows and movies, have the same outstanding quality of the games do. If so, I'd be happy with them being canon. If they aren't up to scratch, then don't. They should follow what Microsoft is doing and make a show that matches the same quality the game is based on.
It's an entire
Zinger!
troll comment.
Zinger!
Nothing in that was serious.
Oh, that's a zinger right there.
Also,
Woo!
you're banned. I'm blocking you on the YouTube channel. I'm blocking you on Discord. I'm blocking you from everything. Get out! Get out!
That was a zinger comment right there. I like that. Thank you very much there, bro. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Now we kick it over to Discord.
Yeah,
Do you want to read out whatever you can?
You read some comments from Discord. I don't know what they were.
I've done like half and half of stuff. So let's see.
I'll read Diogo. Diogo starts with, my big wrinkly ballsack brain opinion is that gaming events will be shit.
It's possible. Yeah, very possible.
Finished Judgment since the last podcast, so I'm here to once again recommend the series. Play Judgment and Lost Judgment. I prefer the second story more, but overall both still good. Death Stranding 2 is pretty much happening, says BS Bro 2.
I'm going to read... Oh yeah, I'm going to read the last part of the BS Bro 2 thing. So he says, PlayStation shows and movies, why no, stop please, I beg you. And then he writes something here, and it looks like music lyrics.
I guess it's supposed to be sung.
I'm going to Google it. It's the translation for the God of War soundtrack. Here we go.
Okay.
Okay, so it says... Exiled God, father's shame, mother's hope, child's trial. That's what he wrote there, but it's in Icelandic.
Sick.
Anyway, that was fantastic. Thank you very much.
Now read it in Icelandic, bruv.
Sorry, I'm whatever that one is.
BS Bro 1 says,
BS.
as great as it would have be to have non-exclusive games, it will definitely get more money for a lower quality game.
What? Then to be a nice one.
I might have missed something.
What are you
I know, I'm skipping because
I don't even know what he's referencing with that.
I feel
one.
like I might have messed something up, and will be bad business decision to reduce the number of exclusives this way, but something about this just seems cool.
The problem is he hasn't even mentioned any of the topics.
I feel like there's a sentence that he was like writing, but it went into his browser instead of into this, and we're missing context.
He's missing half of it there.
Alpha. Right. Don't care about PlayStation IPs being adapted because Sega's where it's at. God of War is a game.
It is a game.
Prediction, Eddie will have some alcohol during the Xbox stream, but not nearly enough to get visibly drunk.
It's possible. I only get drunk during Kingdom Hearts. That's what I usually get drunk.
Or you need to.
Yeah, exactly. To stomach it. Call of Duty says, in this server, I'm probably in minority, but I'm looking forward to the new Call of Duty getting a proper trailer and reveal on June 8th. I am actually looking forward to that as well.
We used to be all about COD.
Yeah, and something about just the MW2, seeing Soap, seeing seeing a Ghost on there. It's brought back all those feelings, and I'm actually excited.
My only thing is, are you excited to play the game, or are you excited for the multiplayer?
Not the multiplayer.
Because the other thing is, like, most of our boys either don't have PlayStations anymore or have kids and stuff. Like, it's hard to... We'll never get all of the squad on.
Literally what it'll be is I'll have the game for the story.
You'll be the only person. You know that we used to say, no idiot buys the game to play the campaign. You'll be that idiot playing
Back in the day, the conversation was they could sell it just multiplayer and we'd buy it. And now it's like I would not buy it.
Same.
I'll buy it for probably the multiplayer thing. So the VR mode that apparently is in it. And I might do a stream or two of multiplayer online, but it'll be the same bullshit COD that we always do. It's like, fuck, that's bullshit. Right. I shouldn't have died there. Yeah. Lag compensation. That was it.
Yeah. The hit detection.
Yeah. Oh, the hitbox is all
the net code.
Yeah, the net code. Oh. Why don't they do dedicated servers? Why don't they do that?
And then they did that, and no one liked it because you still have connection issues to. Anyway, besides the point. Tailgate says summer of gaming predictions. Sorry.
Yes.
I'd personally like to see the Calisot protocol It's a new game from Glenn Schofield. Yeah, we spoke about this. Creative Dead Space. It recently got some new pre-alpha screenshots, and it looks like a great spiritual successor to the Dead Space games, which I think it's fair to say it's their big brother.
Yep.
Hopefully we get a God of War Ragnarok trailer, but considering that nothing has happened on that front so far, we probably shouldn't get our hopes up, but a man can dream.
Man can dream.
PlayStation TV slow. Oh my god, I cannot read. TV show / movie adaptations. Some of these have potential to be good. I'm cautiously optimistic. Like, I want The Last of Us one to be good. Basically, if that one flops, they're all going to flop, because that's the easiest one to do. And also it'll show us how far away they're going to get from the source material. If it's anything like Halo, I'm going to have to burn Hollywood down myself.
Well, I didn't read the source material. I didn't play the game, so you know. Isak Manny, hashtag bring back Shep streams. He says, Summer Game Fest predictions, it'll be shit. Summer Game Fest and Xbox Bethesda showcase predictions, it'll be shit. The Death Stranding 2 possible confirmation. I honestly feel like Death Stranding 1 stands really well on its own, but if Kojima thinks the second one is valid, then I guess we'll have to wait and see. We hope it'll at least meet the quality of the first one. The Indiana Jones, he says, if we play, we all win. Right.
I guess it's not wrong.
Exactly. PlayStation IP. Phil. PlayStation IP TV show, he says, most of them have no merit. Just let games be games. Good examples of a bad idea here being God of War TV show. But I can also see merit in the Horizon adaptation as long as it's not about Aloy.
Yeah, I think we should follow one, Ripperjaw.
And it's just set in the Horizon universe, maybe a movie or a TV show about the apocalypse and itself, and Elizabeth Sobeck working to create Zero Dawn.
That could be fire, actually, a prequel show.
And then just see it devolve into nothing, and then...
Well, also, how we said about Kenobi, how, they sort of retcon A New Hope with Leia's lines and stuff, right? So if they could do stuff like that and put stuff in that, Aloy discovers but doesn't even know she knows. But we know because we saw the show. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe. And he says, God of War 2022 release date, POG if not rushed. And he says in really weird letters and tiny things, P.S. bring back ship streams. P.S.
You read this about the hot take, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Cool. And then you read Mikey's stuff. I think that's everything.
Yep, that is correct, good sir.
Gaming!
That is the end of the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in for this episode. Thank you very much for your support on Patreon. Thank you so much for your support. We're liking the video and leaving comments and rating us 5 stars and everything like that. Bro, thank you for being here
Much
today.
love.
Thank you for bringing your ass and your penis all the way over here and then sitting down in the seat.
They normally come with me, yeah.
Normally they come with you.
Right.
Not all the time, but normally. Anyway, I'm fucking hungry and I need to eat something. So let's get out of here. Thank you, True Gamers. We'll see you in the next one.
Gaming.
Oh my god, that God of War reveal was so great today. Oh.
Right, I'm so glad we saw that because this was recorded just after everything happened and our predictions were all right.
Exactly.